Yuck. Yuck. The look of love is in your eyes. A look, your smile can't disguise. Words could ever say, and what my heart has heard, well, it takes my breath away.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rewind Gaming channel, and this is the Dreamhack Montreal Qualifiers. I am Danny Boy ATM, and joining me is the two best analysts we have in Rocket League history. We have the man who done TCS, and it is Trox. How are you?
I am well, thank you for the introduction, Danny. I'm happy to be here to provide some insight of the games.
Well, lovely to have your insight. And speaking about the insight as well, we have the man who had coached one of the best teams ever been produced. It is from Copenhagen Flames. It is the one and the only Fuzz.
You're really already inflating my ego over here, but thanks, Danny. Excited to be here. Thanks for the invite.
Thanks. Well, it's not a problem at all, because funny enough, we have our match near us straight away. And before we do, I'm going to ask, we have Trox, Mox and Moon versus, of course, Squash Banana Crew. To shorten that quickly down. We'll just ask for predictions straight away, and we'll get into a chat slightly later.
For me, it's probably an easy 2-0 sweep for Toxmark Moon. They have some big names with Mark by 8 and Monkey Moon, who had made their appearances in the bubble scene.
Definitely. Yeah, I agree. Mark by 8 did a really good job on the Spanish super team we saw in the Ember series and other the Renegade Cup finals, and then you have Tux Traptonize, Monkey Moon. Monkey Moon also did a really good job. Don't really know the players on Asante Sana here, so I'm also going to go with a quick 2-0 for Tux Mark Moon.
Well, I'm a 2 as well. Casting this game is, of course, the rival B-Stream caster himself, Jar Jam, and, of course, our league. Take it away, fellas.
Nobody still knows who I am. It's great to be here, though. Hi, I'm our league. He's Jaro Jam, and welcome to Dreamhack Montreal Open Qualifiers. Finally here, Jam, and what a game to get us kicked off as well. It's Tox Mark Moon, kind of a super squad made up from lots of different players that we know around the bubble scene, up against one of the best names in the competition, Asante Sana, Squash Banana. I've got a feeling that's a Disney reference, maybe? I'm not too sure.
Well, I would give you. Well, first of all, our league, I would give you one goal
Yeah.
for Tox
It's a nice gift.
Mon. Or yeah, what was it again? The Monkey Moon has a penchant for naming his team just the first couple of letters of their names. Xenomoon was his previous team that swept the bubble scene previously, and now seemingly they're sweeping the. Give me a second. Asante Sana Squash Banana.
That was a quick goal. That was a really quick goal. More importantly, it was a nice finish as well, but I think that the desk has definitely put their cards out. It's clear to see that Asante's got a bit of an uphill battle on their hands. They're going to have to pull out all the stops to stop this, what I think is an incredibly offensively talented team. Mark by 8 and Monkey Moon, they were the two strikers for both of their previous outfits. And you can see already that one of them's on the board within the first 30 seconds. It's 2-0. And that uphill battle that I was talking about earlier, Jam, you could definitely see that it's starting to become a bit more of a mountain at this stage.
Yeah, with 30 seconds in, already 2 goals, and it's not like the Toxmark Moon team is doing something extra special. They're already using 100 and perhaps 110% of their quality. No, they're just playing a simple game. There's a chance for Mark Bates straight in front of net. He hesitated just for 1 second, which allowed Squash Banana Squash to get in on the action. But you can see that there's a little bit of confusion, a little bit of chaos on the side of the Blues, because they are just not getting the ball out of their half quickly enough. They're just confused in between themselves who should be going for it, which gives the side of Toxmark so much time to prepare for yet another attack.
We've been doing so much amble that we've not really had much time to cast, and the whole team now has a goal. This time Monkey Moon on the end of a very simple inward pass from Mark by 8. It is all too easy, and Asante, it doesn't matter how long or how whimsical your name is, when it comes to Dreamhack qualifiers, you've got to be on your A game straight away. You never know who you're going to be coming up in the seeds. And although I think it's unfortunate that they've come up against arguably one of the better bubble scene teams that we've got here today, they need to up their game, otherwise they might not be coming away with a goal today.
Yeah, well, that will be first goal for them, which is to score 1, to score a goal. They have found themselves on the other side of the field. They got themselves 1 shot, so that's at the very least a start. But really, it all starts with control of the ball. For now, they really had none. I'd say less than 20% perhaps of this possession so far was in favor of Santa Sana. They're getting at least a little bit more time. Toxmark Moon decided that 3 goals is already enough, but they still attempt for a passing play, and that pinch could at the very least alleviate the pressure from Asante Sana.
And hopefully for Asante, they'll get a little bit of way of complacency, I guess, from Toxmark Moon. It's so easy to look at yourselves going 3-0 up in the first minute and a half and say, oh, we don't have to try anymore, we can just try and control possession. It's a dangerous place to be, but looks like already they're starting to completely remove any fears that I had of that happening. Tox, again, nice simple ball in, but what about this finish from Monkey Moon? It's been simple goals up until now, but that was beauty.
Well, I think he has done a dirty on the defense of Asante Sana right over there as Potato Tomato was trying to get at the end of it. Just didn't expect the player already be on the top and had the boost, but didn't go for the ball. And you can't expect Toxmark Moon to squat every single one of these players going for every single chance.
Is it potato tomato or potato tomato? We're not going to go into those details, but I tell you what, Monkey Moon. It's just over halfway. It's 5-0. Not looking good, must be said. I think that was a Banana Llama. Oh god, a Balama Nana own goal. That's a great name just for the tongue twister. But it's 5-0. I think it's time for a reset. Oh, by the way, we forgot to say, it's best of 3s throughout the entirety of today. So win 2 games and you're immediately through to the next round. It's nice and simple, very quick, fast games. And honestly, that's why Asante need to press the reset button and press it quick. Because if we get another game like this, it is going to be all over for their hopes in Dreamhack this season.
Actually, not yet. It is double elimination bracket.
Oh, it is double elimination. Yes, you're right.
They get 1 extra chance after this. Still, it will be best of 3 in the losers bracket. But right now, this is an opening for their first goal. Mark Bay is steady, will block that through. But you can see that the Asante Sana, whenever they get a chance, they almost don't know what to do with it. They're so surprised that the ball has fallen their way that often there's an indecisiveness that leads into the slow play. And by that time, obviously, Toxmark to recover and push on forward, as they do right now. See, set up for Mark by 8. Mark by 8 finishes.
It was interesting because I was going on board with a defender there. I think it was Perzek, ultimately, who was trying to go up for it. Yeah. Mark by 8, in general, this entire team has just been so much quicker to the ball. Their rotations are fast, and it's not that Asante aren't trying. Their pressing game is decent, but that's the thing. Decent isn't good enough when you're facing a team like this. Here comes Monkey Moon again. The pass down. He sees Tox. A lovely bit of vision there from Monkey Moon, but unable to convert. 6-0. Just over a minute left on the clock here in game number 1. Potato Tomato goes up high, no one with the follow-up, and a bit of confusion in defense there. Mark by 8 recovers well, and Tox with the demo on Perzek, but here comes Balama. Goodness me, I'm going to have trouble with that one. We'll just call him Llama. We'll go for the middle of the name. Perzek picks up the ball in the orange half, and look at him going. Look at him with the attack on the goalkeeper, trying to get something going. To be fair, bump plays and demo plays, not the worst option against this sort of team, but they do need to make sure that they're converting those chances when the openings present themselves. And once again, the attack is broken very easily down, and it's more pressure from Toxmark Moon.
I think those last 30 seconds should be used by Asante Sana to try and make a play that is brave. Something that uses all the 3 players, something that they just make without even thinking about the consequences. 6-0 is a good enough scoreline to just say, forget it. This is not our game, but let's prepare for the next one. Let's see what can potentially work with we don't have the pressure of the goal being conceded, and let's see if we can actually break down the Toxmark Moon defense.
Okay. So, Toxmark Moon wins. And I think everyone can see that. But as we head into game number 2, Jam, I'm going to put a bit of positivity into the hands of Asante. They looked pretty decent in that last minute.
I mean, I will agree with that. It's just that decent, again, might not cut it against a team marked by 8, Monkey Moon and Tox. It is tough. It is tough to play against such a team of such high caliber. As Fuzz and Strux have mentioned, all of these players, maybe with the exception of Tox Traptor and Ice, but he's still a solid player in his own right. But Mark by 8 has his own brilliant history with a variety of bubble teams. Monkey Moon absolutely blown my mind when he was playing with Xeno Moon. So as a result, this is a team that I'm expecting for them to go into the second day for the close qualifiers. It should be one of the top contenders for that one. Will they go past the big teams, the RLCS teams who are invited to the close qualifiers? That's a completely different question. But for now, I'd say the Toxmark Moon are feeling pretty comfortable.
I think it's fair to say that Monkey Moon's generally regarded as one of the best PS4 players, certainly. Most of these guys, of course, on PC, so it's nice to see someone from the console land coming in and doing his business and giving the ball away. Tox had a simple shot on net and nobody was in net to save it, and that reset button, well, sadly it's reset and repeat because it's 1-0 within the first 20 seconds.
It was a great play by Tox. Just a challenge on the wall, but he picked the angle just right, and Santa Santa, we're not ready. You can see all three players moving on forward thinking, this is our chance to attack, and yeah, there's the goal. Tox, just one-man squad, makes a Santa Santa pay just a little.
Potato Tomato, marked by 8, helps the ball upfield. In net is Perzek, doesn't get to it. Potato Tomato goes for the read. Tox off the crossbar. That's the most inaccurate shot he's had all day. Thankfully for him, his team was on it. Mark by 8 follows up, and it's 2-0 in the first minute.
Yeah, and we see again the Toxmark Moon running circles around the defense of Santa Sana. Just how quicker all of the orange players are to getting to the ball, and how slow Potato Tomato, Malamanana, and Perzek are looking on the ground. It's a difference in class. It was bound to happen. We would have teams that perhaps are not as ready to challenge the higher tier of teams, but just right here, the difference is staggering.
Excuse me?
Is that illegal, Irely? Could you possibly check? That can't be illegal, right?
You know what? If it's illegal, I'm passing a law to legalize it. That is a gorgeous pass from Monkey Moon. And to be fair, again, it's hard to tell against opposition, which is clearly a step behind Toxmark Moon. But that was a really good play, and that was an open net. And you can't miss those, Potato.
Well, that was a sitter for Potato, and Potato sat on it too hard. Oh, that's a double tap. Monkey Moon just keeps on going on that backboard. Is there a clear no to just give it to Mark by 8? Santa Sana got a perfect chance to finally make this score a little bit more of a better one. Oh, great
what
save!
What a save!
What a save. Tox, congratulations.
He just wanted to go. Oh.
And that pinch, if Mark Bait wasn't that deep in the midfield, that could have gone all the way to the Toxmark Moon's net. But even that lucky shot doesn't go in Santa Sana's favor. Now they have to work for it again.
I smell a bit of ego coming out here. It's a bit of overconfidence maybe, because we're starting to see the very, very flashy plays, and haha, I saved the ball coming out. I'm sure some of them are mistakes, don't worry. And that's another mistake from the defense, and that's 4-0. And even if they are overconfident, even if there is a bit of ego coming out, they're still sadly better than this Asante squad.
Unfortunately, that's true. You can see Perzek waiting for that ball. He aligned himself in the position. He said, I'm ready, just hyping himself up. But then he just went into the air way too late. He should have started this the moment he aligned himself, and yet he gets punished on that jump, and Toxmark will get 4 ahead, maybe 1. Oh, I'm hoping for a Santa Score 1. Could this be an opportunity? Right now, the defense of Toxmark is slightly in disarray. Players are coming through. They're going in each other's way. I don't think they will be able to score like that. Nobody's on the follow-up. Maybe now in the air. Now, Mark Bait is closer. Potato Tomato now gets beaten. And an empty net. Balamananya. Oh, close.
It was a bit of a tropical flair in there. Balamananya. Lovely.
Well, supposedly he's bald, he's a llama, and he's manana. He doesn't have that little thingy on the top of the net, but I'm going to call it manana if it kills me.
The ball fell on top of Tox's car, and as he has done so often in this series, he has scored. And you can see there, Balamamana just rotating back into net, not ready. Over 2 minutes left, it's 5-0. I just want Asante to score a goal. It would be lovely if they could get something out of this.
It is my wish as well. As Tox just plays rough with the goalkeeper. Please, they're almost already dead. It's 5-0. but it's still the same problem. They need to take the possession. They need to take their chances. And there were a couple of chances of Santa, that's for sure. It's just that they couldn't use them, and the chances are lacking for their side. Look at that. Can they start again? No, they lose it pretty quickly. And look, the difference between Toxmark Moon going out of the defense, going with the ball, even 2 players. Forget that double commit. That was just as quick as it possibly could get. And compare that to how Asante Sana.
It's struggle versus not so much struggle, and we think back to that open net for Potato and how that might have at least sparked something into life for this Asante squad. A pinch here, the ball running around the corner. Mark by 8 picks it up off the back wall and carries it not just out of defense, but almost over the entirety of the Asante team. 1 minute left to end the misery, but it's another open net, and it's another opportunity spurned by the Asante squad. I can't believe that it wasn't even missing an open net. There just wasn't enough power on the shot jam.
And even with Monkey Moon, the career that he was doing, he weaved the ball in between 2 players of Asante Sana. That was dangerous, and yet he wasn't punished for that. His dribble came in, and now he's just bringing the ball on the other side of the field. Come on, 30 seconds, Asante Sana. We believe in you. An area player, just go for that. We'll take that any time of the week. And yet, no, it's a return. And the last 20 seconds, our league. My hopes and dreams, yours as well, might be a little bit dashed.
And I feel so. Mark by 8's not going to stop this counter-attack downfield. Still 10 seconds left. Can Asante get a goal? Well, with that pinch from Monkey Moon and that touch from Tox and that touch from Mark by 8 and that touch by Tox, I'm afraid that the dream is most certainly dead. Asante Sana squashed banana. It is Toxmark Moon moving through to the next round of the Open Qualifiers, and Asante dropped to the lower bracket.
I mean, my only regret, our league, is the fact that we will no longer be able to say Asante Sana Squash Banana Squad, or any of the Balama Nanas or Potatoes Tomatoes. That is my biggest regret. But again, there's still a chance for that team to go on through, but it feels like it's a little bit of a lesson to show that, hey, the level that we're playing on and the level that the teams are competing on right now is much higher. So Asante Sana will come out of this thinking, man, we need to practice. We know the level we're going on against next time. So let's just play as hard as we can and see what happens.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully you won't have too much more regretty spaghetti coming forward, because there's still plenty more Open Qualifier action coming your way. We're heading to a quick break, get a little drink, come back soon, and we'll be into the next one. Told you we'd be quick. Welcome back to the Dreamhack Montreal 2019 Open Qualifiers here in Rocket League. We're heading straight back into the action. I'm Ira Leak, he's Jar of Jam, and up next we head into pool number 4 and to Team Shizu versus Team Fab. Tell us a little bit about these teams, Jam. Plenty of names that we know from across the bubble scene.
Oh, absolutely. First of all, it's been a long time since I've been able to rant on and press on about the Italian players, but Faber is the player that has been with the Team WLF, and that was the team that really for a couple of years were always sort of up and coming, and in the end, nothing really happened. They have been picked up by the side of, God, who did they move in with? They have been on the side, Going Forward Gaming, of course. They have been picked up by Going Forward Gaming. But still, that didn't amount really to anything. So now that team is in a somewhat of a disarray. Lindo, CKS, Money Talk is in there. But previously, I do believe that... Well, actually, am I talking a big fat lie? Is Faber not with Team WF at any point? Anyway, he's Italian. That's good enough for me. With him today, Alex and Dave will be rounding up the side of Team Fab. But I'm more perhaps interested on the other side, which is the Kalzafi, Team Shizu. Kalzafi, Seeb, Inferno, and Switch. Actually, I don't believe Switch in this one. So, yep, it is Kalzafi, Seeb, and Inferno. They'll be on the orange side. Team Fab should be on the blue side. And I'm giving it to Team Shizu. Team Shizu is a name that has been around the Rocket League scene straight from the very beginnings. Had some players that you might recognize. I believe, did Turbo also play for that team? I'm pretty sure that he did.
He might very well have done, actually. You're stretching my memory a bit. Eons ago, yeah.
Absolutely, ages ago, but he did. So let's see. Looking at it, and no, maybe not him, but a lot played for that team, although he was a sub. Players such as Stocky, Skyline, K-Dot played for them. But that was ages ago, 2016. Metsunoris at some point played for this team. Sacred, Harry Horlap, man, so many names. But this team has just been going on, and it's actually pretty interesting to see a team that has been in the scene for such a long period of time and still hasn't disappeared into the void.
And mercifully, no difficult names to pronounce, unlike last in the game.
But no funny names either, our league. It's like
yeah, no, it's true. It's a fine balance, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway,
one or the other, I'm gonna say Team Shizu this time, although it shouldn't be such an easy walkover as we've just witnessed.
Agreed. I think it's probably looking 2-1, 2-0. Oh my goodness for Team Shizu, but Team Fab have other ideas. What a banger to kick us off here in game number 1.
Alex was waiting for that pass upfield and didn't get a pass on the wall, so he went straight for the midfield. The midfield was open. What allowed him to take such a great shot on target. All right, Team Fab, you are here to play. You're not here for fun. Or maybe for fun as well, but definitely for some wins.
With the power of a Thunderbird, it was Team FAB, and off and away we go. A reminder, if you're just joining us, it is all best of 3 games here, and it's going to be fast, it's going to be furious, and it's a quick response here from Team Shizu. Nice infield pass from Seeb, and Kalzafi with another banger in response. It's the first 30 seconds gone, and it's already 1-1.
And we see Team Shizu also continuing to play pretty wide, but so does Team Fab. And this should actually result in a lot of goals, as these passes are not being opposed in either on the midfield or on the flanks. The majority of the passes so far we see going through the midfield. Teams playing extremely wide. So now Zappy needs to stop that. He does, and the play has immediately picked up, and I don't think any of the teams will be showing any signs of stopping. This should be an exciting.
Inferno with the flick is out of the corner by Alex. Kalzafi met again by Alex. Kalzafi with a touch. Kalzafi with a second touch, and Inferno picks up the play up to C. Towards the net we go. It's Dave off the backboard. Alex again looking to get it out, but misses his touch. Dave picks it up, and it's a double commit from Dave and Faber. Is this going to cost them? Kalzafi in, off the backboard, open net opportunity, and C finishes off.
I'm not sure if Kalzafi actually had any touch on the goalie right there. He was definitely running interference after he has set up his teammate straight on net. Dave, maybe. It's so hard to tell, but Kalzafi was right there in a mix and trying to run as much interference as he possibly can on his teammate shot. Steve makes it 2-1.
Inferno wins the kickoff, but chooses not to chase the ball. Alex only able to block the ball. Inferno in field. And Dave with an easy clearance downfield. Seed up high, hits Kalzafi actually, and Alex with a lob over the defense. Inferno up, meets it, and missed there. Seeb on the rotation, has an open net to aim for, goes wide. Alex was there, but was rotating back. Inferno gets an extra touch over the top of the defense, but this time sideways. Seeb with another shot, again it goes wide. Dave helps it on its way. Kalzafi up to the backboard. Here comes Inferno in once again. The pressure starting to really ramp up here from Team Shizu. Another save comes in from Faber.
Oh, finally, because it was looking like the goal was imminent. with the way that Team Shizu was able to return back into the attack, and you can see less and less defenders from Team Fab, yet they persevere, bring the ball out, and really all three of them pretty sure a sigh of relief.
Kalzafi. It's Dave with the block. Faber chases up the corner. Sieb with a great block, keeps it there. Inferno. And look at Sieb running interference on the goalie! Inferno! He was going to put that one in no matter what, absolutely smushing his car up against the ball. And it is, with 2.5 minutes left, 3-1.
Did you see Sieb dropping straight down on the defender?
I did, yeah.
That was a dirty. That was yet another dirty. And it worked out. Previously, they were hunting for a goalies and didn't. Well, actually, still, I feel like Tittle had to make at least a tiny touch at Dave on that one. And now Team Shizu still in the net and trying to just not allow Team Fab to work out their defensive skills. They definitely have a lot of skill. They stopped those string of attacks. Right now, they might stop yet another one. Team Shizu in perfect opportunities to continue putting a shot at the shaft.
They started not so hot, of course, conceding a goal in the first 10 seconds, but they had been ramping up rampantly. Yes, ramping up rampantly. Have Team Shizu, and rapidly as well. That was the original word I was going for. And again, the ball just sort of left to Inferno's devices here. See with an extra touch, it's Alex infield straight. Oh no, Kalzafi chose not to commit on this occasion. Inferno over to the side. Sieb to the far backboard. It's Kalzafi off the backboard once again. No third rotating in. Going a bit too wide was Team Shizu to make the most of that opportunity. Sieb up high, has a bit of boost to work with, misses an extra touch. Faber down to Inferno, who goes high. Sieb trying to help it in with the Doomsy dish. Kalzafi misses the touch. Inferno was actually Goober stomped, I think, in the midfield there. Couldn't get a shot off himself. And away once again from Team Fab. It's survival rather than breaking out into their own counterattacks.
They still seemingly have much more control of the ball that we see as Santa Sana have. They have an opportunity to move into the midfield. It's just that in the midfield, that's where all of a sudden a bog appears in the form of Team Shizu, just not allowing Team Fab to cross in. And even with that pass, Faber, I'm pretty sure out of boost. He has 0 on his car, and he's just running over there. I'm pretty sure even the Team Shizu knew that Fab couldn't do anything in the attack. And as the ball returns back, that's a weird angle for Steve to take. But right now, with 30 seconds remaining, they're just keeping the ball on the blue side of the field, where the chances of the ball ending up in the orange net are the lowest.
Inferno picks up the ball from the orange half, moves in, finds the pass with Kalzafi off the backboard, tries to get the second touch, does get the second touch. Sieb blocked by the defender, the ball goes high, and Dave is allowed another long ball downfield, but it's aimless, straight into Inferno's hands. Faber not really able to help the ball on its way towards the orange net either, and sadly time's a cruel mistress. It runs out for Team Fab, at least in game number 1. And game number 1 will end with a 3-1 scoreline here. Decent showing from Fab. Of course, got that first goal, but once that response came in from Team Shizu, Jam, it was one-way traffic.
It was the game was looking pretty much in Team Shizu's favor all the way through. From just that one shot that they got. Yes, Alex has scored, and what a shot that was. But after that, as I said, just nothing. Absolutely nothing. Control was firmly in the hands of Sieb, Kalzafi, and Inferno. And I'm afraid it's going to be looking like that for game number 2 as well. Potentially game number 3. But there's a lot of work to do on the Team Fab side. They remember that chance that I believe that... Who was that? Was that Alex? Just quickly looking at the... Basically, the shot that they got at the very end of the game where it was midfield, clear. Great chance. I believe that was Dave. Not on target, not strong enough. Another waste of a chance that could have perhaps put Team Fab a little bit closer. So just like with the Santa Sana, chances need to be used, especially knowing how rare and in between they are.
Yeah, I think you kind of called it correctly in game number 1. I think these two are playing very similar styles. They like to get wide. But Team Shizu have just been better at it. And so what is there for Team Fab to do? They have to change up the strategy somehow. Inferno with an early shot on target, because that one goal that they did score, it was outside the box. It was technically a kickoff goal because it was in the first 10 seconds as well. And so it was when Team Shizu wasn't really in full flow. They weren't fully ready to deal with it. They need to get more balls inside that box. That's something that Team Shizu has been doing very well for the last 5 minutes of play total now. And it shows Calzafi with another goal to prove my point.
And that double commit by Faber and Dave didn't help either. They played the ball in each other, which didn't bring in anything at all, anywhere at all, rather. The spikes high up, and I don't think Alex had any chance of saving that either. Easy one from Team Shizu. And just a mistake, just another small mistake, but those mistakes add up, and with only potentially 2 games to get through with the best of 3s, you're really limited on time. Every single mistake like that.
Oh.
It's pretty harsh. Inferno spikes that up. Steve, oh, he was going for it. Look at how close he got to reading that ball off the ceiling. But even that, they just keep on control. That was intended for Steve, I'm pretty sure. But this allows Team Tap to finally clear it through. Can they set up a passing play? No, just once again, a little bit too slow.
Nerve starting to set in, and Calzafi gets his second of the game. This time an aerial shot of rather large magnitude. Alex was there in net, but was just a little bit too slow to react.
I mean, it's 120 kilometers per hour. That was a boomer. And the reaction times, well, they play a big part. Alex had the boost, is just that a little bit to the side and a little bit too high for him to take. Perfectly placed shot, and that's a 2-0. Not in the same quick fashion as in the previous game, but it is still showing the dominance that Team Shizu currently have in this game.
Calzafi wants the third. Alex, misses his touch completely. Sieb wasn't prepared for that, and although his touch did help the ball on, it didn't end up becoming a good opportunity to score. It's Inferno onwards with the doink. It's Calzafi with a great block onto the backboard. Blocks Dave's clearance yet again. Sieb, his ball goes to the far corner. Inferno misses it. I think he got called off here by Calzafi, who gets the 100 boost. Faber over to the far corner now in the orange half. Heading towards half time. Nervy body language coming out from Team Fab. That early confidence from that early goal in game number 1 definitely fallen away. Off to the sidewall. Alex. It's Sieb away. Inferno goes up high, looking to get a second touch off the backboard by Faber. And halftime has come and gone, Jam. And although the game is settled down, to be fair, Team Shizu don't have to stretch their legs as much.
They can just sit on what they have right now, but even with that, look at how often they get on the other side of the field. And when they retreat from there, well played by Calzafi, player and the defense completely stops that counterattack by Team Fab. Chance that what would have been great if there wasn't for that last player. Now a counter. Not without double committing. There has been a lot of double commits on the side of Team Fab, though. I'm still not sure why Faber and Dave insist on going on the backboard with 2 players every single time. There needs to be some separation of the HV leader. Otherwise, it just hurts their chances to even start a counterattack. 2 players committed to the back wall. Even if they get the ball, it just doesn't go out quickly enough, and nobody's on the other end. Speaking on the other end, what has C done? It is impossible against 2 players. No, just ramps it past the defenders, or off the defenders rather, and kills the chances of Team Fab just a little bit more.
It's why it's so important to keep on shooting at the net. Oh my goodness me, almost a kickoff there. A kickoff goal to add insult to injury. Calzafi up high. Sieb not successful with the block. It's Alex away, but Inferno so calm in possession. He's been a great anchor player and gets it past Dave as well. Demolished for his troubles. Faber with the clearance straight to Inferno. Sieb down! Almost got the impossible angle. Calzafi, can Inferno finish it off? No, off to the side.
Just another slow one might have found his way into the net of Team Fab. They couldn't finish it. Still, it's 1 minute remaining early. I don't see a comeback from Team Fab, especially with another one just floating in slowly. Team Shizu once again in the game number 2 has shown how much stronger, how much better their passing plays are. That was, I think, initially a pass, but Calzafi wasn't needed in midfield. Sieb, I think, tricked even the defenders of Team Fab. In that position, you expect the pass. Instead, it's just the chip that goes neater for him.
Sieb with some airborne ballet there. Beautiful to watch. And Now we have two Team Shizu players on for a hat trick. One of them has just got it. Calzafi finally secures his third.
I'm just in awe of what he has done. An extra touch with a corner to send the ball not straight down the middle, but in the top right of the net. And he finishes off with style. All those folks in the Twitch chat right now who came in the support of Italian players, came in support of Faber, you did a great job. I mean, you were chanting and shouting, but it doesn't seem like it's a day for your team today, I'm afraid, because Team Shizu is on a roll.
I was going to say exactly the same thing. They look so up for this. They look really, really good today. Calzafi over to the... Wow, we just had some bakery punditry from our broadcaster. That's why he's on broadcast today. Calzafi with his fourth.
We're not allowing bacon anywhere near the microphone today. Punts like that are punishable by law. As a 6-0 happens, it's a fourth goal for Calzafi. But by this point, it's just a formality. We can end right here. Nothing will change. But again, just in the interest of maybe making it a little bit better. One goal. Team 5 has scored one in the previous game, and it was looking so much better for them. 1-3 was the scoreline for them in that one. Here, though, we might see a 7.
Oh, what a save!
It was a great setup, and it was even better save. I was expecting that to go into the net. I was about to say, my God, how they continued to play the ball in between them. They were just carrying the ball in the net with two players. Didn't score, but they didn't have to. Team Shizu with 6-0 with another full-on domination. Their passing plays were great. Their speed was great. Basically everything on what Team Shizu was doing was great. Perhaps a little bit bad news though. Every single team that will be remaining from this point on will be as good, if not better.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, the proverbial steamroller story comes into effect once again. Was Team Shizu got scoring, nobody was going to stop them, and I'm absolutely not going to stop what is going to happen next. We're proud to reintroduce our desk, so to speak, our virtual desk. It's Danny, Fuzz, and Trox. I'll hand it back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Arlig and Jam there, Casson, Shizu and Fab there. I mean, was it a battered or were they rolled over, Fuzz?
I don't think they were rolled over, but I mainly had three reasons that that Shizu was gonna take that game, and they did, because I wasn't seeing Fab taking this game, and there were three reasons for that. You know, there was too much high-level experience on Shizu. You had Seep, he was the former triple trouble sub. He did get a lot of high-level Rocket League experience there. You have Calcify, also a player who's played on notable lineups, Igneous, and you have Inferno, a lesser-known Norwegian player, but also did well in the Norwegian league. And you know, they were playing together well. They were just constantly creating chances for themselves. They didn't need luck. That was, you know, one of the things I saw about their game. They didn't need luck. They were just constantly creating chances for themselves, and that worked out for them. And they were just better mechanically, really.
Better mechanically, Team Shizu, Calcify, the sexy babe from Scotland, moving on into the bracket. But Trox, we did see the earlier game there with Tox and Monkey Moon and Co there, and they had a very comfortable 2-0 win as well.
Well, yeah, they were basically just an offensive powerhouse against the other team, who just basically didn't stand a chance there, and it was to be expected. We will see how the team of Toxmark Moon will do against more solid defensively teams, but I guess they can win 1-2 more rounds. Well, if they win 2 more, they qualify, but still.
Definitely.
I feel like they have offensively they're a powerhouse, like I said, but in defense they might have some issues. But we'll see.
Some issues we will see indeed. And our next game, funny enough, is RLC Espanyol versus TFT, and one of their players, Stake. It's their birthday today, and as their gift from here from Rewind Gaming, we're deciding to stream his game coming up next. And funny enough, we have our small predictions going around in the background. So far, Trucks and Fuzz currently leading on our predictions. Jam is in last place. The Prophet from, of course, that Ember series, not doing so well. So, Fuzz, what's your predictions?
Let's see here on the rosters. You have Espanyol, a really notable Spanish team. I think they're gonna take it. TFT, you have Eversax, Gaspao, and Skies. They're not bad players. They're decent players, really decent players. But do they have what it takes to take it against Espanyol, who really, is backed by a big organization? I don't think so. I think Espanyol is gonna take this. Let's say 2-1.
2-1. Shocking, bold. Trucks, do you agree?
Well, you're taking the words right out of my mouth, because I would basically predict the same. I just feel like Espanyol has that team synergy a bit more. They finished the ESL Masters Espanyol season on third place behind Barcelona and ARG. On the other hand, the TFT players, most notable Eversax and Gaspo, who has played for Villarreal. But I still see Espanyol having the upper hand here, and I'd go even as far as to say this time a 2-0 as bring some spice into our prediction game.
Big spice.
Well, I won't be doing an Axel's Horse. I'll be going 2-0 like Trucks has. And I do know Jam and our league might be a little bit hurt of the prediction game so far. It's not biased whatsoever, but they are actually tying with, of course, the rest of us. So we'll hear their predictions shortly as well. Well, that is the case, gentlemen. So far, decent level of Rocket League as well. So, Fuzz, I know you're the captain at one point and all the glory of Rocket League. Then you went into coaching, Fuzz.
Yeah.
Are you keeping your eye out potentially maybe a new team?
Well, right now in Flames we're focusing on CS, we're focusing on League of Legends, but I would never say never. We really got the guys behind Copenhagen Flames into Rocket League, and everyone loves it there now, so I would never say never. It's still my big dream to create possibly a Danish powerhouse once again in Rocket League, and really show everyone that Denmark should be at the top of Rocket League just as we are in CS.
Fabulous, and speaking about that powerhouse as well, Fruity, the defending champion of Dreamhack as well. I mean, you must be so proud of him.
I am. Great guy, really a great guy. I love him as my friend. He's just an amazing guy all around, and I couldn't be happier for him that he's really, finally popping off in his games here, right, with PSG. And you know what? I'm not gonna take any credit for that, but I just want to say that at one point in Flames, we had a chance to either take Fruity or went with a guy called Hank, a great guy, great person, great player, and I was the only one on the team saying we should get Fruity, and we went with Hank instead, and where things are now. So I'm just gonna put that out there.
I mean, that's why you're the coach. You get paid the big money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and speaking about big money, of course, the RLR's player, Trox, should have been. He was cruelly robbed from that one, but Trox, before we join into this next game as well, I need a little sort of suspects who to watch out for.
Today in general, I mean, there are a few team and big names that are on the to-watch list because they're known around the community, like, for example, the Wholesome Dishwashers with Bilbo Skyline and crowd favorite Doomsy.
Ooh.
And the question is, how serious will they play today? Because they also have, like one of the other teams on that list, they have that, thing on them that they are strong on paper, but always have that kind of disappointing result in the end. And the other team that is in the same area basically is straight out of retirement with Teda, Shakeron, and Didris. Didris, a name that we haven't seen in a while. And Shakeron actually announced his retirement a few weeks back, but here he is, like me, coming out, maybe not trying to disappoint some people.
It's okay, Trox. You haven't disappointed me.
Not yet.
How dare you? The casting breaking up already here today.
It's good.
Well, that is the case as well. Foes, Trucks, lovely to have your opinions, but it's time, sadly, we move into the casters. And for this next game as well, it will be our league. And funny enough, a Danny Boy ATM.
What, you?
I know, it's shocking, isn't it?
Oh, it's been a while since we casted together, but goodness, is it a pleasure. We've got a great game, hopefully, as well, coming up. Of course, Espanyol. So many Spanish teams now in football picking up lovely players, and what a lovely players base that we have here as well. Happy birthday, Steak. Let's see whether you can have a birthday gift to yourself, I guess. They're in the orange. It's going to be TFT in the blue. And I, just on the quick predictions front, I have to agree with the desk, I think. Quite simply, there is more experience and more synergy with this Espanyol team. They've been around the bubble scene a long, long time. But experience means nothing if your rotations are out of line. And Skies picks up the first goal.
I mean, there must have been a sugar rush there after that decision making there. Simple tap-in as well. And I hate to already use this word. Diabolical defense already.
A Danny Diabolical coming out in the first 30 seconds. You know that something has gone awry. If that's the case, Zamu looking to correct things, but it was an easy save for Skies. Oh wow, okay, a complete whiff there on defense. Skies helps the ball onward, but not able to do much else because Steak takes out Eversax, forces the rotation back into, forget the rotation, Gaspar decided to take matters into his own hands. 2-0.
Oh, fabulous there. Gaspar there just striking the match, and boom! 2-0 like that as well immediately. As you said, rotations, who needs them when you can whack it in like that? 4 minutes still left in this, and frankly, I think Steak's party's ruined.
Gaspar with the kapow, and it's not even a minute gone, and TFT talking the talk and walking the walk at the same time. A big statement here as we enter the next 4 minutes of play. Reminder, if you're just joining us, it is a best of 3 for all these games. And so you only have to win 2, and you can advance yourself to the next round of the open qualifiers. Sky's here with a miss, but Gaspar was lying in wait. Zamu round the corner. Eversax up high. Only down to Mr. Oob. Just goes a little bit wide, and the clearance coming out desperate. It's Eversax once again off the backboard. Pressure mounting here from Espanyol, and Mr. Oob on target. Skies with another save. He's been massive so far. Zamu with another shot on target, and guess what, Skies? There again with another save.
I mean, these saves are coming straight in and out, the pressure building, and finally TFT releases as well, but credit where it's due. They got that opportunity, played it left and right, keep it tight to the corners, and they can get this opportunity and maybe get that third goal as well. But as you said, best of 3, just needs to keep this 2-0 and they can see the next round quite comfortably.
Mr. Oob throws it off to the side. Gaspar over to the backboard, takes out Zamu as well. Light on defense now are Espanyol. Mr. Oob does really well to get to the ball before Skies. And up high, Zamu gonna miss the ball on this occasion, but picks up the 100 boost. Eversax throws it towards the orange half once more. Mr. Oob spots Zamu, and Zamu finishes with a plum. Just shy of half time. It's a 1-goal game.
Oh, what a pitch of a pass, but the shot however, Gaspar being foolish by the position and the power onto that with half the game left. I mean, this is a good way to start a comeback.
The cliche is all credit goes to, and then you select either the scorer or the assister. Both players there absolutely on point with their accuracy. But they have to be careful now because once again the defense left a little bit open. Thankfully for Espanyol, Zamu there, and Mr. Oob cleans up. Zamu towards the target, Gaspar away. It's a weak clearance, Steak inwards, and there's Zamu with the equaliser, and just over 2 minutes left. It's a tie game.
Oh, I mean, the first touch to get it away, but the double commit, criminal effectively there too. I mean, that's just not the standard we expect here at the Dreamhack qualifiers as well. But 2 apiece, good combat, gets them a bit of momentum, as you love saying in our league. And finally, we got a match on our hands.
Oh, it looked like such solid foundations from TFT, but it seems like those foundations were a little bit misleading. Back to a tie game, and well, you kind of stole the words from my mouth. Can they use the momentum? The answer is very quickly provided for us. Yes, they can use the momentum, and it's the birthday boy Steak with goal number 3.
I mean, it's just fabulous, the pass there, but the precision, and we keep talking about the shot accuracy from Steak to get that underneath and not hit the crossbar. Well, many people make that mistake there, and he's just unwrapped himself that gift as well. Selfish, you could say, but 3 goals to 2. I mean, TFT really need to work on their basics at the moment.
It's the defense that's let them down, really, isn't it? Because they looked so strong in offense, and since that goal went in, pretty much from Espanyol, it's all been a bit panic stations when they really didn't need to panic. Goal number 4 now from Mr. Rube. They're falling apart at the seams.
Falling apart, absolutely. I mean, Eversack stuck in an awkward situations. 2 of his teammates, one didn't challenge firmly enough against the ball. The other one must have booked his holidays with Steak, decided to run away for a romantic weekend. 4 goals to 2, sadly.
That's buy one, get one free, and with every goal that's been scored from Espanyol, oh, what a save from Steak! There's been one in response, and a response finally from TFT to this absolute charge from Espanyol. Mr. Rube just misses his block there, and it's back to a 1-goal game once again. This time it's TFT in response. A real challenging game for both sets of mentalities here. Both teams having to come from behind. 1 minute left. It's all setting up rather nicely, Danny.
It is, but in some sense, neither of the 2 teams seem to want to win game 1. They're more sort of going, you can have the lead. No, I want the lead. And Gaspar and Steak. Oh, what a romantic dance they've had. Steak with a great vital save. They broke away for a moment. And once again, they can't find that finalised pass. They get that transition on the offense.
It's Skies. Oh, Mr. Rube's been caught out of possession there, and Skies misses it! I can't believe it. It was another open net scenario in the open qualifiers, and it was gone in an instant. 30 seconds remaining. Was that the moment where TFT could have brought this game back to a tie situation? Zamu slows down the game. Smart move, I think. He tries to get the block on Skies, but it's into the far corner. Mr. Rube returns to sender, and onwards from Zamu. Gaspar off the backboard. Eversack's onwards. Steak to the side, and Skies can only pass it back to Gaspar. It's a big block from Steak once again. Eversack's off the backboard, and Zamu throws it downfield. What a barnstormer of a game 1 we just witnessed there. But you know what? Espanyol were lucky to get away with it. We should be talking about going into overtime right now.
Realistically, we should be, but simply, I think Sky skied the ball. I mean, it was closer to the corner. You don't get those opportunities, our leagues, into this level of play. It's just unthinkable. I mean, Trox came out of retirement. He would put that one away. Shocking from him. But game 2 here in his best of 3 in his open qualifiers. Let's hope Sky can put one away.
I don't really care who wins this next game. I mean, if it was as entertaining as game number 1, I think we're in for a great time. The audience,
I'm biased on this one.
Classic Danny bias.
I know one of the players personally.
Oh, of course you do. Of course you do. I think for the sake of anonymity, we should keep it a secret, and Eversax will be hoping that he holds the secret to a TFT recovery. Of course, it's not all over if they do end up losing this game, TFT. Of course, there is the lower bracket, which I partially neglected in my opening. Thank you to Jar of Jam for making me not look like a fool in the end, and Steak hoping not to look like a fool himself. Produced some very nice saves, in fact, last game. And opening 30 seconds, it's fair to say that both teams just feeling things out a little. There's been some decent attempts towards the net, not necessarily bona fide shots. Gaspar down to Zamu, and Zamu was beaten to the ball by Skies. Here comes Steak now, has a little bit more boost to work with. Misses the touch, but gets the block out of defense. Mr. Rube towards the net. In comes Zamu. Zamu goes high, and Eversax off to the side.
Brilliant little 1-2 plays develop, and the pass like that, and Stake. Oh, lovely touch, and that breeze of a shot there from Zamu. Top left position, sniped it as well. I mean, we talk about defense crumbled. I think the cake's been finished off.
Classic Leaf X Bardowski right there. Lovely bit of accuracy from Mr. Rube. And it is Espanyol with the early advantage in game number 2. Skies. It's a double commit in defense, but the double commit works to the extent that at least it gets the ball out of the danger zone. Eversax takes control of the ball. Off the backboard, down to Skies! And there was a crucial touch in there. It was Mr. Rube coming into the death. Gaspar misses his touch, so Mr. Rube allows this to go forward into the blue half. Zamu down to Stake! And it's a carbon copy repeat of the first goal. 2 different players this time. It's Stake on the end, with Zamu providing deadly accuracy, deadly efficiency. 2-0.
Fabulous stuff there. Unfortunately, Gaspar went for the right side boost. Must have been low, must have said it. One of his teammates could have collided to the ball, and frankly, neither of them did, and just left that wonder shot that Stake provided. You'd be glad to see that one. 2 goals of a cushion finally for them. I think for TFT, they need a little bit of power behind their plays now.
Mr. Rube off the backboard, Eversax with a second touch. Stake into the corner, trying to run some interference here. Skies gets it over Stake. There's no shadowing player, however, and so the ball remains in the midfield. Stake towards the backboard. Skies was called off by Eversax. Mr. Rube lofts the ball up high, tries to get the second touch. Eversax intercepts. Eversax with a great block as well, goes to the midfield. Stake, Skies onto the backboard towards the net. Mr. Rube with the save, needed to do that. Zamu, Eversax with the block, with the read, with the 1-goal game.
As simple as that, you can crumble away, but Eversax, as you said, read the play. Stake pushed too far up, and not respecting the straightforward counter on that. 2 minutes and 20 early, and frankly, I think Espanyol just handed back a very much a sizable gift to their opposition.
And we wanted to re-establish that 2-goal lead as quickly as possible. Eversax hands it off to Mr. Rube. It's Gaspar with the block. Here comes Skies, not able to get there before Zamu. Stake picks up possession in the midfield. Skies trying to run interference here. Eversax trying to run interference. They're not going to stop them. Zamu towards the net. It just goes too high. And Skies here trying to help this one back into the centre, but Stake with the easy clearance. It's Skies with the block, and Eversax over the top of Mr. Rube, goes all the way back down the other side of the pitch. Mr. Rube taking out Gaspar, trying to stop this attack, stop the offensive rotation from coming into play. Stake over the top of Eversax now. Gaspar with a response. Here comes Eversax, who's in the right place at the right time to move over to the far wall. Skies now with a weird, but it worked. It was a back pass to Gaspar, straight to Mr. Rube, and Mr. Rube there with the pinch goes to the far corner.
Yeah, back and forth now. The 2 teams willing to grab into the possession. They're more than happy to play this one away. That's a lovely pass into it. Stake simply blocked away. Good defensive work. They're just keeping it to the side. Once again, they're down by the 1 goal. They need to get a charge on now. And frankly, it's a bit fast and loose, this passing.
Ball back in the blue half. It's Gaspar. It's past Zamu. Eversax trying to get a second touch there. Does so. Skies off the crossbar. And can you believe how close they were? I certainly can't. Skies again. And he has to go wide on this occasion. Gaspar helps it off to the corner. 30 seconds to rescue their series.
Rescue it. I mean, Sky had 1 ball. They skied the second, 3rd time in this series. You don't get simple chances. And frankly, you might be regretting it. 20 down to 10 shortly as well. They have 1 chance. They're going to have to take it here now.
It's the Hail Mary. 10 seconds remains. Zamu can only put it into the corner. He was caught a little bit behind it. Up high. It's Stake. Calm and collected in the defense. Guys goes midfield and Stake's there again. Questions are asked. Does a birthday really mean too much to you when it comes to Rocket League skill? At least in Snake's case, no. He played absolutely superbly over the course of those 2 series, and ultimately Espanyol run away 2-0 winners.
2-0 winners, quite simply. That Ireland, that was a fabulous series there, and it just seems a bit unusual, but well, we have those opinions coming up as well. I do see our disc has reappeared in the form of Fuzz and Trox.
Well, and with this, I think I take the lead in the prediction game. Anyways, yeah, interesting series. Like, it were close games. It were really close games. TFT were so close to basically equalizing the series twice in the first game, twice in the second game, but they just missed something. And thanks to the best of 3, they sadly lost.
Oh yeah, I agree. It was a close game, at least in game 1. That was probably so far the most exciting game we've had so far. You saw Espanyol really, picking up the pace quickly. That was what I like to see from them. You often see teams losing because, one team is getting out of the box really good, which was TFT. They started off with a 2-0 lead, but Espanyol, they didn't, sit around and lose the first game because they didn't, pick up the pace quickly. They quickly picked up the pace and just got right back in the game. But I want to say game 2, I didn't feel like that got as close as game 1. It was basically just infield passes the team from Espanyol. They were just constantly infield passing from both sides really, and it just worked out for them because infield passes, they work, and Espanyol showed us that.
Well, lovely to hear about that as you talk about infield passes being critical. But Fuzz, well, we do have, of course, Trucks under that there. I've just counted our predictions there, and Trucks have gone 5 points ahead there. So I think you need to step up the predictions.
All right. So we are counting the game score. So I said 2-1, and that wasn't good.
So sadly not, unfortunately. But
all right. Well, I'm gonna stop taking chances then. I'm gonna be boring, just as you guys.
well, it's okay. Jar Jam has gone -50.
Okay, that's perfect.
Oh,
yeah. Expected.
Yeah.
Expected.
I mean, this is a shocking performance for the rival B stream caster there. I mean, the profit from the Ember series, of course, Psionic sponsored that. Lovely to have you, and hopefully we'll see a return to that one as well. So while we do get the next series produced as well, Trox, lovely to have you here as well. And I know you've done a bit of analysing as well for TCS. How was that?
Well, yeah, it was basically my first on-screen appearance in any big esports event. Basically, I mean, yeah, big Switzerland big. It was, like I said, interesting, and then again, it really helped me like become better, both as a person and as an analyst, I guess. So I'm looking forward to maybe getting back into that.
But back into it, we'd love to have you back here, Trox. I mean, that Swiss Seed's deadly. I mean, we were meant to cast as well, funny enough. I believe Sapphire, from what is it, Trox? I know you're the expert. Chevette. I mean, it was meant to be Trox for a free point, but that's the 5 points for Fuzz in the prediction game. Well done.
Damn it! You set me up there, Danny.
I know I set you up. I mean, it was meant to be good friends. I mean, a bit of biased here, but clearly you didn't get on that quickly. But while that is the case, our next series is coming up pretty much shortly. We're just waiting for the bracket to finish off. I believe we might have the E-Girls. We don't know quite surely. I mean, that's East Coast Blurry and Pondex. We're not quite sure just yet.
Oh, it's in pool 4.
Ooh,
there we go. That's my bad.
There we go. We've just got a shocker there. Won't be Blurry, sadly. We will be just waiting for Intech GG series in Pool 4. As in Dreamhack, we are covering 2 sets of pools A3 and A4, so we're trying to spread the love around. So while it is, of course, as well, chat, feel free to spam down below who you want maybe in the next series, and maybe the Dr. Danny or maybe Dr. Trox could sort something out. So we'll let you know all that. While that is the case, if you have been enjoying the broadcast. Don't forget it's one follow away, or you can use Amazon Prime free as well. And of course, RL Aftershock, the leading European podcast, and our lovely broadcaster here at Rewind Digital Bacon is the host. And sadly, the internal Jay could not make it this weekend. He will, of course, be recapping everything as well. So, well, we did see our last few games as well. I mean, Intech GG, quite a good series, could potentially come from them, but do you know anything about them, Fuzz?
Let's see here. Who do we have on Intech? We have Safix, Timsy, and Razor. Yeah, I actually do know at least Safix. He's a Danish player. I would call him. I wouldn't say underrated, but he is definitely a player more capable than he has shown on the European bubble scene. He's a really good player. We actually, I gotta admit it, we in the Copenhagen Flames old boys, we actually lost to his teams in the ongoing Danish league we have right now called Danish Rocket League Series. We actually lost to his team. Nothing was working for us. Everything was working for them. But he is a great player. But who do you have on the other hand? You have Goddamn, who is Tigray, Nexo, and Extra. On paper, that is the team that is going to win this match, definitely. You have Tigray coming straight out of Mouse. Oh, they just did? Well, there you have it. And so it's going to be RPC versus Goddamn, it seems.
Ooh, fabulous lineup. Yeah, I mean, RPC. I mean, looking at that roster, Raffo98, the Scottish man himself, quite as good as Kalfasi. Of course, Mystic will see him in day 2. Cheerio and Polar. So, Trucks, I know you're a man of magical wonders and wisdom. How would this lineup to do?
So the thing with Raffro's teams always was they looked good on paper, but they lost some games in tournaments they weren't supposed to lose, and I think it's more of a mental thing that they have that is holding them back. Same with Cheerio and Polar, and if they basically play like they're supposed to play, they have a good chance at taking 1 or 2 games even from the Goddamn squad. But I still have to give the upper hand to Tigray, Nexo, and Extra, as they've proven to be at least on an RLRS level.
Ooh, could that be a bold prediction for next season, maybe?
We will see how the whole roster mania is working out. I mean, the team log for Dreamhack obviously is over, but the LAN teams might be different again. We will see.
We will see, but we've just got our, sadly, in some sense, next game all set up. I would love to talk more with Fuzz and Trox here, and of course that team of Tigray, Nesco, and Extra has pulled through. So we'll start with Fuzz. Your predictions, please.
Oh, this is... No, you know what? I just promised you guys that I would be boring as well. So I'm gonna go with the 2-0 for Goddamn. I believe they're gonna take this. They should. You have Extra coming right out of he was in RLRS. You have Nexo, who's been a long time sub for Vitality. Tigray coming right out of Mouse. He doesn't even need an introduction. Refro, Cheerio, and Pola, great players. I believe we had all of them in the Ember series as well. But I don't think they have the level right now. That their form right now isn't really gonna stand a chance against Goddamn.
Didn't stand a chance, of course, on the Copenhagen Flames. You can, of course, follow them on Twitter and everything else down below. And while that is the case, Trox, are you going to be as boring as Fuzz?
No, I'm not going to be boring like Fuzz. I'm going to be totally nuts and predict the 2-1 for RPC, as I'm just a Raffro98 fangirl.
Not boring. Not boring.
Not boring.
I mean, that's me. I've got the deciding sort of prediction here on the desk. I mean, which way shall I go? Chat, come on, your predictions for this one, goddammit, or RPC. But for myself, I'm going to go with my man, Dan, of course, Polar, 2-0.
What?
Even bolder.
I mean,
that is very bold.
I mean,
I might be going bald, but Danny is going bald. That's a big respect.
That's a leak. That's a leak right on stream. That's why we don't have webcams on right now, I guess. I like this. I like you guys not being boring for once. I love this. It means I'm gonna get a lot of easy points, I guess.
I've just calculated the possible points is 200 for this prediction.
That counts for me as well. That counts for me as well.
Yeah, it's just for everybody who gets the right score. But while we're getting the lobby made as well, we do have the other winners finals as well. So we'll ask for quick predictions before going into the game. Dutch Bim Bam or Team Shizu we saw earlier on stream.
Well, I'll go first this time, and on paper, Dutch Bim Bam is gonna win this 2-0, but I want Team Shizu to be as glorious as they were in the early stages of Rocket League, when they had big names like Metsonoris or K-Dop even on the roster. So I'm also going 2-1 to Team Shizu there.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Close.
okay. Yeah, I'd be inclined to agree, but you know what? Dutch Bim Bam, I gotta hand it to these guys. They've been a bubble team who's actually on the verge of almost making it like the semi-pro. They've been on Oryx as well, and they've really stuck together for a long time now. Mike Boy though and Justice, is it a year? Like I really can only commend these guys for staying together for so long, and I think that's what's gonna give them the win in this matchup, because Shizu, great players all around, but they don't have that experience together. They're great players, sure, they don't have the experience together that the Dutch Bim Bam has, and I believe the synergy on Dutch Bim Bam is gonna give them a 2-1.
2-1. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. I will go 2-0 for Shizu. I'm going to go bold. But while that is the case, we are going, and we've got the lobby. Players are ready to join, and joining myself this time around will be, of course, that rival B stream, the prophet himself, Jarjam.
No, thank you very much, Danny. I will play my trump card, and I would say that in this game I will get no points for the prediction game, which I think, if you check the rules, automatically means I get 1,000 points.
Actually, it's 1 million.
Oh, it has changed. Sorry, yeah.
Yes,
version
it's
number.
the Danny Boy Joker.
Oh yes, we are playing by the Danny Boy rules. I do see that. Still, just quickly, since the game has already started, my quick proper prediction for this one would be actually the team of Extra, Nexo, and Tigre. And as you can see, they scored the first one, so my point is proven. I rest my case.
I mean, he rests his case, and rightly so. Split the two defenders right apart. 1-0 as well. Raffro, Polar, and Cheerio in that blue strip as well. So let's hopefully they can pick it up, as the death predictions might be a little bit foolish. But Polar to Cheerio. Tigre will miss it. Shockingly, Raffro running around in a circle to Cheerio. And unfortunately for him, beaten too easily.
It's really, I'm not sure where Raffer even stopped there. He had a perfect chance to make the first touch, then he just hesitated. He went for a little bit too deep, waited for the ball, gone for it from a deeper position, and in my opinion, just forfeited a pretty good spot to get a shot in, or even just a goal for himself.
Easy chance, but unfortunately Axer's played it away. Blocked here in this group with an attempt. Polar's getting vicious with a demo here and there. What a redirect. It's an equalizing goal at Dreamhack.
Ooh, it's Raffer just waiting for the ball. Decided not to forfeit the attack and just found himself a perfect pass from Chiria. That was a lob and a half, and Raffer you.
So pretty simply, one goal apiece, a minute quick and furious, but it's Polar slowing things down, going around, pinches it off the ground. Rafter looks foolish by his own teammates for Tar, but Cheerio in defence drops it straight down. A lovely touch, and it will just play in the middle of the field. Well, Neskri will just whack it to the backboard.
They're just exchanging long shots so far, and looking for any small opportunities if the defense will be off their mark. And that's where both the teams are ready to bounce in, both Godemic and RPC. And Polar actually on the side of RPC. Yet another alumni of the team Tittle left for the Going Forward Gaming. Again, not with them anymore, but still trying to work his way through the scene. A good English player, but so far hasn't exactly gotten a lot of recognition around the scene.
Well, lack of recognition, but sadly for his sake here, it's one at pace, so could be a good step up if he can get through this game, but it will be Polar to the side. Cheerio with a nice little dribble, one pop past one defender, two. Polar will send it back in as well. Tigre with a simple clear as well, so very much of a stalemate between the two until now.
Was that just a split the difference shot? Tigre finding himself, yep, just stills it off Rafro, and Shiri obviously no reaction would have saved him in that position. His spot was great, is just that the challenge that was put on that ball was so much greater.
So much greater, but Jam, I mean, fair enough. 2 minutes going by here, and we talked about some players having that special pedigree, quality, and actually with a vital save. So, I mean, RSC need to really pick things up as they concede another.
Wow, these ones are just keep coming in through. Off the kickoff, Bowler waiting for a chance. Decides to go for a boost, and I don't think that actually, I think just that one small hesitation. Do I stay in the midfield? Do I go for the boost? Put himself, so he wasted 1 second, but that 1 second was crucial enough for that aerial dribble to coming through, and maybe Rafa can do something off the kickoff. A good drag. Stopped by extra straight on left.
Straight and stop, but will it be enough to hold the pressure? But it seems to be, yes, as Axer has another attempt. Rafa maybe beaten too easily. Polar, vital save there.
Working well so far for the orange side. Another perfect chance is just that this time Cheer Rafa and Polar RPC team is strong enough to stop that. Look at that again and again, and that's a pass straight to Nexo, but this time RPC knew perfectly well where that ball was going to go and tried to put a block before the shot even comes.
Tigre with the air dribble, maybe goes for the pinch, not quite working out for him as Axer will keep this pressure. Nice little attempt, tests the keeper, Cheerio. Polar will wait into the net, it's Tigre, goes for the backboard, Rafro jumps, a desperation and the crossbar, just being cruel at this 3-1 scoreline.
Ooh, this was close. Polar sitting in the net actually was in no man's land for that last save, but the shot went a little bit too high. And while they get no goal on target, it was still getting also close for RPC to conceding yet another goal.
Yet another goal, but will Rafa allow it on his? She's been blocked and pinched the ball, however. Polar beaten by Axer, and Cheerio can only just tap it to the corner, following it through. A quick little flip, but Tigre straight to the backboard. Well, Axer tries to double touch it in, but Tigre blocked again by Ralfro, and Cheerio snipes his one. 3 goals to 2.
RPC were holding on for such a long time. It was all goddamn it with the shots, with the attack, just with the control. Pure and simple, they were starting the attacks, but it only takes one breakthrough opportunity, and Cheerio finds that one in the midfield off the pass of Rafro, finally alleviating the pressure, finally getting them through. And I'd say, Danny, 1 minute is just enough for RPC to jump back into this one. This might be the first series that actually goes to 3 games.
3 games will throw the entire predictions out of the window near enough. Axer with the attempt, Polar drops it down, 3-2 as Jam was alluding to the possibility of the OT, when Axer might not allow it as they've been piling the pressure. 30 seconds is the warning.
Just watching it, Danny, just simply watching it as yet another shot by goddammit doesn't find the target. Yeah, that was so close to a 4-0. Still by this point with mere 10 seconds remaining, we are looking at a 3-2. Could it be? Although the attack still continues, they're still continuing to push the ball through. If Rapper can set it up for their teammates, just keep it in the air for now, right there. There's a perfect opportunity for that one. But Rapper and Polar can't figure out in between themselves who's going for it. And obviously they are forced then to look at each other and say, I thought you had it. No, I thought you had it. In the end, nobody had it, and it's goddammit with 1-0 in a series, but man, that was getting oh so close by the end of the game.
What do you mean? I had it, or was it you?
Oh, no, you had it. I'm pretty sure you had it.
No, you had it, Jam. I'm pretty sure you did.
Jesus, Danny, do we have to go through this again?
Yes, you do. Show me through the chalkboard again.
My goodness.
Oh.
You know what? You know what, Danny? Let's agree on something. Bacon had it.
Yes, Bacon was at fault for the entire play there. Of course, our broadcaster into the background here at Dreamhack Montreal. But Jam, we go into game 2. Is the third one likely?
It could be a possibility. Really, it's two teams that are strong enough, but I would give a strong preference, I'd say, to Goddammit, though. They just have so much pedigree on their side. And while there might be a shock factor from RPC, it's Tigre, Nexo, and Extra with all their history on the scene that really they've played at the highest levels. While on the side of Raffro, yes, Raffro won Epic Land with just this June with Buskill. Poland was also on that team, so they are newly minted victors of one of the top British lands. And yet still, I feel like Goddammit is a much stronger team.
Well, the possibility, 2-time champions at Milan. That third was, of course, Banana Man. But will it be enough with those two teams usually playing with Raffro onto the ball? The possibility was there. Cheerio from the potential pass into the middle via the backboard this time round. Asher will just clear it. Simple as that. This minute will be gone and it will just be chalked up at 0-0 until the most dirtiest fake you'll ever see.
How much boosting did he have by the end of that one? Landing on the wall, nothing. Nothing, still nothing. And yet with a little bit of a zigzagging, keeping on playing the ball, he was keeping the pace with the ball throughout the whole of the play, which allowed him to keep on getting the touches. And the whole defensive RPC would be straight off the kickoff. No, Polar was there.
Polar was there. That was as simple as he can get. Straight in front of the net. Cheerio to the side. Axer will just keep the pressure. What a block by Axer. Will be Polar popping it past one. The third man will rotate until then and will just leave Raffro in that sticky and awkward situation.
Ow. Yeah. He was all we can say really about that one. But still going on, there's nobody running away with it so far, and I'd say RPC are looking pretty much as good as they looked in the previous game. Maybe not getting as many shots as they would have wanted, but it's definitely not Goddammit running away with this. Can Raffro put it on target? Yes, he can. In the air right now for on the side of RPC, Raffro is the man to beat. And his team back in contention.
Back into contention, but you can probably work out the combs. They probably went, God damn it, it's one apiece. Now, how did we throw a lead like that? Must be Bacon's fault.
I mean, it's just 1-0, Danny. You don't have to be so harsh on Bacon on this one. It's all good. It happens. They're still up in the series 1-0, so they'll be pretty confident. That's a double commit, and Polar gets beaten with all of 3 players of Goddammit against him. Tigre just plays it slow. Tigre just steps aside and says, after you, and sneaks the ball to him.
I mean, it's lovely to see a proper gentleman into the game, and Polar was just sent to the cleaners. 3 minutes left. 2-1.
Man, that sideways shuffle. I don't think he had a space for that one, and yet Polar in the net just didn't cover that angle quickly enough. So much patience from Tigre not to flick it on target, not to make any touch on it, right up until the very end, where his opponent was beaten.
Well, could be the case, but will Cheerio get a chance to get this game tied once again? But it'll be Polar off his own backboard, had to get the touch to the corner. Raffro blocked, and Cheerio with a sniping clear. This could be close, but Axer just blocks it at the midline, and that will do at the halfway point.
That demo just stops yet another opportunity by Axter to bring the ball on the blue side. Start something. And now we see a double command, another one. Polar and Cheerio this time going in way too hard, trying to find that ball. Yes, they need to get this game up to a tie, but I feel like every single time they do so, they give such a perfect opportunity to Goddammit to start a counterattack. And it might just bite them in one soft spot. And by this point, losing the series, they might not want to do that.
I want to do it, but look at that lovely air dribble forces 2 from RPC. The double commit, but vitally so. Raffro and Polar a little bit knocked tight between each other's rotations, and he will just tap that one around, and Polar just removes 2 from the field. Somebody, well, the ambulance.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure one is standing right here nearby. It's a sports event after all, Danny. But it might be that we'll need not just and maybe a reanimation after this one. RPC needs something strong, still only sitting on 2 shots. And with Extra threatening RPC's defense with yet another one, it's another lack of opportunities on the other end of the field. And a lot of credit goes to Goddammit, though. They are stopping RPC when they're starting an attack of their own. Blocks are always thrown. They're reading the play and not leaving their net empty. So for RPC right now, Hail Mary is too early for Hail Mary, but they need to be thinking about that because so far nothing else has worked.
Well, nothing has quite worked, but Polar will just again, as Chalmsman pointed out, a Hail Mary here and there. Tigre drops it sloppy. Not, ooh, this could be dangerous as Tigre snipes top right, crossbar, and Dunsky, as our Leafax version, our league would say.
Yeah, I absolutely love the term Bardowski, and that was it. That was exactly it. Yet another attack. That all was preceded by RPC just basically getting in each other's way. If there's a lot of fluidity in the place of Goddammit, and when it comes to how RPC are playing, they are just straight up contesting each other, and it's already hard playing against Goddammit. Now they need to play against each other.
Playing right now is Cherry onto the ball. Them Goddammit is just being too goddamn good at the moment, as 3-1 could be 3-2.
Can Raffaro carry the team though? He has been scoring goals in the first game. He's on board in here as well. It's a 3-2, the same scoreline we've been sitting on in the 30 seconds of the previous game, Danny. Let's hold our breath. 16 seconds is enough time. Can this happen? Kickoffs were actually going in favor of RPC so
far, but unfortunately for them, it's gone the complete wrong direction. Cheerio to Polar, and Tigre says no, and Cheerio will have one last chance to whip at the ball. He did that wonderfully. It will be 3-2 unless this ball can miraculously stay up. Sadly not.
It was a short moment. I would believe that was Raffaro trying to start a dribble, but by that point it was already, ball was pretty much dead, and the only thing they were hoping for that maybe there would be a mistake or another spike somewhere where they could get it. They couldn't, and as a result, yet another game goes 2-3. Yet another attempt opportunity for the side of RPC just doesn't happen. Good news for them, they're dropping to the very end of the losers bracket. If they win that matchup, and it's a long wait for them though, still, if they win that, they're moving to day number 2. They're still going to be in the losers bracket for that day, but at the very least, they still will be there. So in a good position, they got far enough. They were in the upper semifinals. Now, well, we'll see perhaps even later on how they perform in losers, but congratulations. We have, at the very least in our groups, our very first team that has gone to day number 2, the closed qualifier, which would be, of course, congratulations, Goddammit, Nexo, Tigre, and Extra.
Well, that is the case as well. Here at Rewind, we are doing the open qualifiers for the Dreamhack Montreal. Of course, we will continue our games and our coverage, but we're going to take a very short, quick break. But after that, we will have Fuzz and Trucks back onto the desk.
yuck. Yuck. The look of love is in your eyes. A look, your smile can't disguise. Of love, girl, is saying so much more than just words could ever say. And what my heart has heard, well, it takes my breath away.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Rewind Gaming. I am, of course, Danny Boy ATM, and oh, look at that lineup there. What the greatest rocket team has ever been produced is, of course, Trox and Fuzz from Copenhagen Flames joining me onto this desk. And Fuzz, well,
Yes.
lovely to have you here. And of course, we do have our next game lined up, and I believe it's maybe a very famous drama alert.
Yeah, the Drama Alert team themselves. Apparently it's the I don't remember how you pronounce that. Jayas? Jaya yes? Jaya no? Jaya maybe?
We have an expert here.
Yeah,
Trucks, bring it.
just call him Chiano.
Chiano? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you have
It's
Chiano.
easier for everyone.
Yeah, I only really know him from his gameplay capabilities from ranked, where he seems like a decent player. But it goes for both teams actually. This is probably the match so far where I'm most in doubt who's gonna take this, because I'm not really sure of any of the players' achievements or capabilities in the tournament environment, because ranked doesn't always give you an image of how they can do in a tournament. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what they can do.
Are you saying rank doesn't matter?
Well, I have to watch out here. I have to watch out here, because sometimes it seems like it's a competition in who can care the least about ranked. And
Rank
but,
doesn't matter.
No,
It doesn't
well,
matter.
and there we have it.
Well, quite clearly we need more tournaments in Europe. Dreamhack?
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. It's like LAN and online. There's a difference in what you can do there. A player is more respected for good LAN achievements than good online achievements. And it's possibly could be the same with ranked and tournament. I definitely only want to give the most respect to a tournament win than destroying in ranked. And I just don't have a lot of data on these guys. I don't know what they've done in tournaments, so it's hard for me to really get into the teams.
Well, speaking about getting into the teams, of course, our expert for Drama Alert is Trox himself. So can you dig a little bit deeper into this?
I wouldn't call myself an expert anymore, but Team Drama Alert has shown that they can achieve high place finishes, but they never really had that breakthrough. And if you have if you are the owner of Drama Alert and putting all these callouts, you at least have to back them up somehow. And I'm kind of missing that so far from the team. So we'll see if they can do this today.
Can they do it today? Well, that's going to be a very sticky and maybe potentially awkward tweet that will maybe Drama Alert have to send out on themselves. But well, that is the case, Fuzz. I hear you giggling away, so I'm going to ask you, what's your predictions in this one?
Well, I think Trucks had a good point there. Drama Alert has to have something to back up his, controversial Twitter, and but you know what? I'm gonna go with Brutal Team here. It's gonna be a 2-1 for Brutal Team. I have to put this on my experience with these guys in ranked, and that is just where I believe that Brutal Team has the upper hand. I'm not going out on a limb. I just don't know enough about these guys, but I'm gonna go with a 2-1 for Brutal Team.
Well, that's fabulous as well. And before we go to our retired expert Trox here, chat! Brutal Team, of course, versus Drama Alert. Best of 3, mind you. They don't have the distance, the luxury of a best of 9. Oh, those were great days. But what do you think on that one? Well, that is the case. Trox, what is yours?
Well, I had a few encouraging words with Giano before the match, talking
Can you
about.
tell him about them?
No,
You can't broadcast them?
I can't, that's confidential, Bacon. Sorry,
Match
no
fixing.
Bacon. Danny. I was.
Believes my former co-caster all those years ago.
Yeah, sorry that it came out this way, but no, as I had some words with Giano talking about the whole bracket, laughing about some results that certain other number 1 seeded teams had last round. I have to give it to them. I have to stay true to my former origin and go with 2-1 to Team Drama Alert.
Ooh, I mean, those are
Oh,
bold predictions. I'm going to have to go with my two Irish lads as well. And I'm going to be bold even further. I'm going to go 2-1 as well.
Oh,
For Drama Alert?
Yes, for Drama Alert.
Oh, okay. It means I have a further opportunities to get ahead in the prediction game. So that's perfect.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, during the break as well, I counted up of the 2 games we had as well. Fuzz is currently in the lead by 20,000 points. But
how
he could
much?
lose 20,000 points. You could
Oh,
lose it
20,000.
here.
Yeah, okay.
Because Drama Alert is going to put a tweet out if you win this, by the way, apparently.
Can I just say something? I really think, to the production team, I really think we need another guy to count the points here.
no,
I don't know if
think
Danny's
You-
okay. It's okay. My bad. Carry on.
You do know caster maps are in play, but I'm the only one who has a degree in...
In calculation.
yes.
Okay.
point addition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Master.
Well,
Um,
okay. I'm sorry for doubting your capabilities as a point calculator.
It's okay. Trox is the second closest. Unfortunately, our last place is Jar Jam, who
God
is
damn it,
down
Jam.
by minus 1.5 million. So,
Expected.
yes, so that's
I
quite
mean-
expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't do well in the RL Aftershock prediction game for Dreamhack Valencia either. So it's just expected.
Yeah, quite expected. If anybody is interested, the leading European broadcast there of all things, posted, of course, by the Eternal J and Digital Bacon himself. While it is the case, we do have the lobby details and all the players look like they're going to be eager to start this one as well. And we do have our 2 casters, Ratty and standing by shortly as well. And I can see them in the distance. Oh, funny enough, it's Jar Jam and our league. I wonder what their predictions are.
Wait, did he call us ratty?
Did he? I was gearing up to go into caster mode, and then all of a sudden you throw this shade.
Sorry. Handbrake. Wait a minute.
Like wait,
Back
just
up.
because like I really like Danny Boy ATM. I think he's an excellent caster, an excellent friend, an excellent host, and I don't believe that he would ever call me Ratty.
All right, it's going to be my old and failing hearing then, but
It's definitely your old and failing hearing.
yes, I mean,
Yeah.
just look at my predictions. They're also pretty old and tattered.
Hey, they happen sometimes.
I mean, still, you said minus 5 million points or something really outrageous. Still, I am feeling confident about my chances to make a big comeback at the very end of it. You'll know it. Right at the last turn, I'm gonna overtake every single one of these folks, and I'm gonna gloat and gloat and gloat. First, though, Brutal Team versus Drama Alert, and it's not the same Brutal Team though that has been playing in the Ember series, as Fuzz might remember. It's also not the same team that was trying to qualify for Leipzig. It's actually a completely different outfit. Catalysm, Cryptos, and MTI, so could be just 2 sets of teams thinking about the same team name, or just a complete change of the whole thing. I'm not even sure if the Brutal Team is supported by any organization. Still though, I'd say with Drama Alert, how they've been making rounds as of late, they've been playing together, sort of been popping up here and there in various tournaments. So I'm actually feeling like Drama Alert can do something for themselves in this one.
Well, you know what? I agree with the majority of the desk. I think it's 2-1 to Drama Alert. I think it's just going to be a good game, a good game 100%. But I don't know. I've just got a good feeling about these guys. I think they've, obviously Gia puts out the call. Yeah, it's like, hey, who's good, who wants to come in, and maybe they can put a good run together. I don't know. We're going to find out in the next 15 minutes or so at maximum. First minute of game number 1 has come and gone whilst we've been rambling on, and it's kind of your standard affair. They're trying to figure each other out. There's been some decent pressure from both teams as well, and Ads are trying to get the first goal on the board denied by Cryptos. Catalysm gets this one over to the far corner. Him and MTI are following up. Catalysm gets it round the corner, away from Drama Alert. It's Ryan down this right-hand flank, and Cryptos stops him in his tracks. Gets it over Adster as well. Tries to get over Gia, but Gia proves to be a far more difficult roadblock. What a read by Ryan, And Gia denied by an even better read by Catalysm. So close to going 1-0 up, drama alert.
Both teams playing with a pace that is comfortable for each other. Really, those shots by Drama Alert are coming in strong, but Brutal Team is not in an unconfident position to make a stop to them. It was looking dangerous, and yet at the end of the day, Brutal Team was right there on the spot, ready for those shots, reading them as they were coming in. Also, I'm really surprised that after Drama Alert spent so much time in the attack for the first minute of the game, those two dangerous shots, now here comes the third one, were the first ones in this one. No, this is something that Catalysm can't stop. And finally, piling up on the pressure, works out for Drama Alert. Maybe down 3 defenders. MTI wasn't even in contention for that one, and put one in.
Nice little play from Ryan, putting it on a plate there. And Drama Alert take the lead, nice and simple there, pressure paying off. It's Gia who leaves the ball to Catalysm. Ryan in the back forced into a save. Here's MTI down to Kryptos. Ryan gets this one away. It's Adza. Misses the ball entirely. Catalysm with the touch. Kryptos goes up high. Follows it. It's Gia back down to earth. MTI. Ryan steals it like candy from a baby, and Catalysm forced into a save. Does really well to readjust his car to get that fully away. Put under a lot of pressure there and dealt with it beautifully. Adza into the corner. It's Catalysm once again, seemingly every good bit of play the Brutal Team putting together coming through him. MTI tries to go over the top of Adza, and Catalysm almost with a goal. The fruits of his labor almost coming off there, but once again denied by good defending from Drama Alert. As you say, Jam, playing to a pace that they're comfortable with and looking comfortable, but only just. Catalysm is getting closer with every attempt.
Oh, that was extremely close. That was some close quarters pinball from both of the teams. And yet, even in those close quarters, Real Team couldn't find a target, and Drama Alert could actually find the safe as Adzer on the line and clears that through. Right now, Alert needs a good all-booming clear. They need a little bit of a breather. Otherwise, I think the boost difference with Brutal Team keep on coming in with these shots might be the difference in front of the net. Surviving still, but only barely Drama Alert.
You definitely see why Brutal Team's done so decently up until this point. It's a Catalysm. Adza over to the corner. Catalysm misses his touch there. Everyone missing their touch. The ball seemingly carrying an infection, but MTI not afraid to touch it just to get it away from his own net. Minute remaining. And it's Kryptos again with a missed touch. Some of them are working out, some of them not so much. You need to know that you can hit the ball so that your teammates can have confidence in you, and the pressure coming on, and Drama Alert so close to 2-0, denied by last-ditch heroics in net there. And that's kind of what their game's been all about so far in this series, Jam. It's not necessarily shot after shot after shot, it's making the shots count when they do have an opportunity.
And my God, Drama Alert came in so close. They had a passing place to bring the ball up somewhere where it's harder for Brutal Team to save. Then they had the third player on the short rotation coming in through. After we thought that should be the goal. They can get it on that side of the field. And now with a final attack, there might be opportunity to tie this all up. Cataclysm up from the skies down to MTI. And just one good clear. They've been still trying to get in the position. Ryan tracking that ball, always being in, I think, an unadvantageous position to stop that one. And as a result, Brutal Team waiting out up until the very last moment of game number 1. They tap the scoreline, and really with that kickoff, not when MTI can't reach it. We're having our first overtime of the day, Harley, and in a series it has been perhaps a little bit of a snooze fest, but it's still a close match to fair, despite Drama Alert getting more shots. I wouldn't necessarily say they were running away with it.
I'm just happy that Digital Bacon's happy. He finally gets to use that overtime transition, which I'm delighted for. But again, Catalysm was the catalyst for Brutal Team getting back into this. It was his assist down to MTI that has made this overtime possible for them. And okay, yes, it might have been a little bit more of a lax game in comparison to, say, the last couple of series that we've watched, but they kind of gave Drama Alert a taste of their own medicine, making that one opportunity count in the final 5 seconds, no less as well. Can they now convert that into an unlikely win? Drama Alert, to me at least, have been the better team. Adds going for a double tap. MTI deals with it off the backboard. It's Ryan onto the backboard once again, and Gia going back into rotation allows Catalysm to pick up the possession. It's Catalysm again, but Gia with a bump on MTI. It's Adza down, and Ryan through, and the through pass finds Adza, who converts to a 2-1 win. Drama Alert had to work for it in the end, but they have got that point on the board.
It feels bad to be Kryptos in that situation. Look how the ball was just dancing around and never in the spot where he could actually challenge it. And just being there, watching the play unfold above him, around him, and not being able to stop it. Drama Alert just managed to dribble the ball straight to the Brutal Team in the overtime. And despite Brutal Team having a chance to actually steal this game, in my opinion, from Drama Alert, it just wasn't enough. There wasn't enough consistent plays for them to actually get the ball on the other end of the field.
Looking at the stats just now, they did have a lot more shots than I was expecting at Drama Alert. So maybe that whole making the most of smaller amounts of opportunities was a bit of a misanalysis on my part. But I feel at least that over the course of that game, they did do enough to win it. Of course, they won in overtime. I'm stating a point which should be obvious to everyone. It's game number 2. And certainly if you're Brutal Team, you're not going to be feeling too disheartened. You did manage to take it to overtime. You did manage to score. But you need to be helping your buddy out a bit. I think Catalysm was the best player on the pitch by miles across both teams. Kind of carrying the weight of the world on his backs. And if Kryptos and MTI get a little bit more, then we could be looking at a potential game number 3. Sadly, they didn't help him out too much, though, in the defense. MTI with a whiff and Adza with a tap-in.
Oh, looked like a shadow touch in that one, but I'm surprised that Drama Alert were actually able to convert this from a huddle on the right flank, where all 3 of them were converged in the same spot. Brutal Team abandoned that place, so no pressure came from them. And as a result, just brought the ball through. One tiny mistake, and bam, there's your first goal of the game. And it took Brutal Team pretty much 5 minutes to score in game number 1. Here they're looking for a much quicker one. MTI using the chaos and defense, but Drama Alert find himself an opener, and that's down to Kryptos. Look at that one good flick, staying with the ball, carrying straight to the right post where MTI can get.
That was a good team goal, really good team goal, because again, Catalysm's influence on that play cannot be denied. It was Kryptos with, I mean, yes, it was a good touch in the end to get it over to one side, but Catalysm really has started something here. Look at this, getting it onto the backboard. He missed a touch, but so did Gia, and MTI gifted an open net to shoot at. For the first time this series, Jam, it's a lead for Brutal Team.
And it's a quick one, and they might feel like they were gifted out just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
MTI actually went with it. In that situation, most likely your player would be beat on that flank. He was just trying to go on a follow-up, see what he can find out after Gia would play that ball. Gia didn't. And instead of just looking for scraps, MTI was given this whole big cake on a dish and say, you can have it, and Ryan can have this one as well. Not to be MTI, really feeling it after scoring down on that goal, stealing it off Ryan. Ryan thought he had the time. No, he didn't.
Starting to become a much bigger influence in this game is MTI. Good to see. Catalysm throws it to the far end of the pitch. Adza. Again, Drama Alert starting to bunch up there. The mistakes are starting to come out from this squad. Adza downfield, not afforded much time to breathe. Catalysm back in with a lob. It's Ryan away. MTI stops the ball from going much further, allows Kryptos to bring this back in. Got a bit of boost to work with, gets the block in as well. Adza gets it over MTI. The Catalysm is there, third man in. This is his touch, so Gia's going to start this counter-attack for the orange team. It's Ryan with the whiff though. And Adza now picks up possession, gets it past Catalysm. Not much boost to work with on Adza's side at least, but gets the block in again. Gia scores. What?
Yep, he just does that. I was looking in the midfield already. All right, this is definitely a pass. There goes Ryan. And I think Catalysm also was looking in that direction. That should be going in the midfield. I'm going to be already adjusting myself. Instead, nope, they just find his way into the net. Foiled yet again by Drumlord boys. Brutal team find themselves with a tie game. And down a player as well. Catalysm now out of the play. Can Catalysm continue on the power in the previous games? Holy moly. Cryptos almost find himself an opportunity, or granting an opportunity for his teammates. The real team doesn't want to give up after conceding down.
I think 2-2 is a fair reflection of the game so far. Catalysm goes up high once more, looking for the double touch. Adza waited for the moment to make the block, and it's a risky strategy, that one, but paid off for him on this occasion. MTI. It's Adza, goes high once more, looking for the second touch himself, and it's Catalysm away. All the way down the other side of the pitch, actually. Ryan was caught napping, and MTI has nicked another goal.
Ryan was forced to turn on a dime, and then he just wasn't in a good spot to make a save. He lost all the momentum. He was forced to jump from a stationary position. In that situation for MTI, it's easy to beat him with a well-placed shot, turn his hat trick. And Brutal Team, might immediately concede, though Cataclysm needs to boom it as far away as possible.
That was a good touch on Catalysm because he made it just high enough that Ryan couldn't get the second attempt on goal. Gia was kind of hoping that Adza would pick up the play in mid-air, but MTI was there to stop the plan. Catalysm. It's down to Gia, who's going to throw this one to the far corner. MTI goes mid. Ryan. Catalysm makes the block. Slowed down, and surprisingly, the slow down play worked. I wasn't expecting a goal to come, but it did. Adza equalizes.
Adza were looking for a pass on the field for a long time, just not going for anything extra. He was looking for as Ryan was taking that shot, then he would have positioned himself, and even if the angle wasn't exactly good for Adza, that bounce up high, nobody from Brutal Team went on the initial 50-50. As a result, an open net, and putting that ball not straight forward or not to the right corner would be easier, no, to the left corner, counter to his movement, allowed Adza to beat the defense of the Brutal Team despite two goalies being in the net. Speaking of goalies, where are they? Oh, together, they actually make a pretty good save.
There was an extermination plan for the Brutal Team, and it was executed very well. It's just... Oh, and again, they're starting to form a bit of a line here. In the queue to the gates of heaven are the Brutal Team, I guess, corpses, you could call them at this stage. I know they respawn. Don't judge me, chat, please. I'm trying my best here. It's Adza down to the wall. And Gia down the field. Just over 20 seconds remaining. Can someone find a late winner here in game number 2? A reminder, if Brutal Team win this game, then we take it to game number 3 in the series. MTI to the corner. Cryptos away. And we could be heading to our second overtime, in fact. Just a couple more seconds. And twice in a row, we head to overtime.
I mean, if you wanted to make Bacon's Day, this is exactly how we do it. Brutal Team and Drumlord going for a second one in a row. Reminder, Brutal Team got themselves a tying goal and within the last 4 seconds of game number 1. They were looking in that game to not as the strongest side as that side that can barely surprise Drumlord. This time they're looking at a team that can actually fight with them, and if MTI were going to that goal just a little bit faster, we would have gotten his team a 4th goal and a trip to game number 3. At very least, Brutal Team continue up on the attack, and if the follow-up shots will be coming in fast, then Drumlord can just be stuck in the road.
Oh, what a
bump was crucial. There goes Gia, and there goes the game for Brutal Team.
Look at this from MTI. Just, oh!
With inches to spare as well. This could have been close. You got to actually stop that ball. Yep. Gets the man. Lovely.
Touches of the backside there usually would get us removed from Twitch, but on this occasion, I think we're all right. We're going to game number 3, Jam. And if the last couple of games were any indication, I think that we're going to be in for a really, really exciting time. From the low-scoring game number 1 to the high-scoring but low-quality game number 2, if we just have a compromise of both of those, going to be some beautiful Rocket League on display.
I mean, we even sort of adjusted that one. Game number 1, slow one, equally paced. Then the game number 2, ooh, it has grown. It has gone pretty crazy. And now game number 3, now that's where the true colors of both teams will be coming through. Will it be Brutal Team, where not only Catalysm, but now MTI has suddenly stepped out to the plate. If Cryptos can also join the fray and be that third clincher for Brutal Team, they might as well take the series from Drum Alert. But it also could be Gia, Adzer, and Ryan. They have been doing their work, really. But something is a extra ingredient in this, and something very crucial, something that will allow them to go through. Well, it's now or never for both teams, our league, because this is the lower bracket. We're down to our last game in best of 3, so either you win or bye-bye your chance of going to Montreal.
There
and Catalysm really wants to go to the beautiful Canadian city.
I was going to disagree with you on Cryptos. I think he had gotten a lot more involved last game, less so than MTI. But this is still the man of the moment. Catalysm scoring goal number 1 here in game number 3 after a simple backboard pass into the box. And it is
right. I might be disregarding Cryptos just a little bit because he didn't get himself passes or goals, but he was the crucial in creating the chances. It was the player who got that first touch, and then off of that, a play evolved and got Brutal Team some results.
It's often why you can't really trust the scoreboard half the time, is because sometimes you've got that worker bee in the midfield, making interceptions, doing the dirty work to make sure that the better opportunities can be created. I think that's what Cryptos was in game number 2. No longer. He's got himself a goal, Jam, and that's a 2-goal lead, Brutal Team.
Now, I'm still ready for this one, as this time it's Catalysm setting up Cryptos. Wow, Cryptos didn't care what was happening midfield. I think he went for that one with a free jump, and he guessed correctly. Set up perfectly. Brutal Team with a 2-0 lead. As he said, let me make that 3 the kickoff. That kickoff, yep, it's just, Gia was thinking ball is going to go right. No, misjudged. Not again. Oh, sorry, that's a replay. My goodness. I looked away at the stream. I thought, all right, that was the replay. Looking back into the game, again, straight up the kickoff. No. Calm down, Jam. It was just
You had a Murray Walker moment, you did. You're not going to get that because that's a racing reference, but I'm sure that there might be some F1 fans in chat. Who knows? Drama alert. Need to go to red alert, I think. I'm going to pull out a Star Trek reference for you because it's now 4-0. And the gates hath opened, Jar of Jam. This is looking mind-bogglingly different from game number 1.
Yep, all man on board, or all man on hand, oh, something. All right, I'm not too good with nautical references. But, man, Brutal Team is just walking all over Drama Alert right now. Drama Alert looking like static, just mannequins at this point. Yes, they're sort of in the game moving around, but they're not affecting the gameplay at all. Brutal Team is every single touch that they make bring the ball just a little bit closer to the net of Drama Alert, and the goals are just coming in as if it was as easy as to say piece of pie.
Gia fails to get it over. Catalysm is Adzer and Cryptos. The speed of play has just ramped up. It is a shocking change. Even between games number 2 and 3, how slow Drama Alert have become, how much quicker Brutal Team have become. Gia shot towards net. Ryan finally with a goal for Drama Alert. Thankfully for them, they still have half the game to go, Jam. And if 4 goals could be scored within 2 minutes, well then the same can be said of the opposition team.
Yeah, you say that to my teammates in ranked when if it's 4-0 at 2.5 minute mark, surrenders are coming in through. Still well played by Drama Alert. They Perhaps they didn't optimally play that, but Brutal Team really thrown it to their opponent. They had all 3 defenders in the net, and initially they were set up perfectly. But the moment that hit from the backboard came, then all 3 players went to the same flank, as those 3 ready defenders all of a sudden turned into 3 players in the same position. Triple commit, and the result is only what you would expect for a move like that.
Catalysm. Ads are taking out Catalysm to cancel the attack. Gia with a nice sideways pass, actually, trying to find Adsa, but MTI, sorry, got there. Oh no, Catalysm got there first, my bad. It was MTI going for the initial attempt there at the block. Coming in was Gia. And back in to rotation, full drama alert. It's Ryan to the side, MTI gets it past him. To the corner, gets the block, Adsa tries to get it away, but Catalysm gets there first. Ryan, round the corner, Catalysm, round his corner. Catalysm again proving to be a thorn in the side of Drama Alert. And in comes Cryptos, maybe with the double touch. No, they're still not able to slice it in, even with MTI coming in there at the far post.
He had so much height, he was going for a triple touch as well. Right now, it's Azure with the ball. Jukes out MTI, doesn't juke out Cryptos. Now Cryptos can go in here again. Will not get the opportunity, but it's precious time wasted. Brutal Team will just say, all right, Adzer. Boy, the MTI was just so on point. That touch was great. That was on target, or at the very least on top of Adzer. Still doesn't help them with this play as Gia continues on with a touch, and they finally won with 2 players. I would like to see Drama Alert utilize all the 3 players. I think that's what has been missing from their play. Having a 3rd player coming in, cleaning up, because more often than not, just 2 touches, 2 shots wouldn't do the trick. You need that finally.
Okay, so it's not embarrassing anymore. And fair play to Drama Alert to bring back 2 goals from 4-0 down. Shows a great deal of character. To score a 3rd would be really setting up a brilliant final 30 seconds. Adsa into the middle. Here comes Gia. Manages to duke it past one. Ryan manages to outdo Catalysm, and Adsa does find goal number 3. 25 seconds left on the clock. Surely not. Surely not a 3rd OT.
It could as well be, and Drama Alert keeping their nerves calm in that situation with opportunities coming like that. Surely one of them would drop the ball. No, they're getting all it through, and it was all just on just one line in the middle. The ball wasn't deviating to the left or to the right. It was just a queue of players coming in through. And as they're setting up a pass, they need to be careful though. Gia needs to send that way down. Crypto just Gia off of the way, doesn't allow him to start a counterattack.
And there it is.
Goes in the net. The dreams of Drama Alert are shattered. Mathematically, it's possible, but not when you were not able to start an attack of your own half. Cryptos playing dirty, but what you need to do to keep your lead intact.
Oh, they'd been grazed beyond belief. They were on their knees still fighting, but the final shot to the head there from MTI. What an entertaining series that turned out to be. 2-1 the victors, Brutal Team. And are they gonna, wow, the disrespect, they almost got goal number 6. But 5-3 the final score here in game number 3. 2-1 the final score in the series. Brutal Team with a brutal comeback.
Oh, that was such an exciting matchup. I mean, it's MTI who woke up in game number 2. He was the gigantic difference for that team. As you said, Catalysm was initially being the best player, then with MTI coming up to the plate, and then Cryptos coming, again, just finishing it off. Brutal Team had 3 gains and 3 awakenings. Catalysm was already ready in game number 1, then came MTI, and Cryptos just finishing on through, fantastically played. So they're still going on through. Unfortunately for Drama Alert, it means that their plans to go to Montreal are dashed, and as some people in the Twitch chat were saying, the blackmail might now come out from the side of Drama Alerts. Prepare for some tasty and juicy screenshots on Twitter.
I shall head there right now as I take another swish of drink. In the meantime, let's get some thoughts from Danny, Trox, and Fuzz.
Thank you very much. That was Jar, Jam, and Arnie Kasanaki. And sadly, for Drama Alert, they will be star tracking themselves well, to their own homes because they've been eliminated from, of course, Dreamhack qualifiers. Trucks, sadly in that case there, the ones that you might know quite well lost.
Well, the saying goes, all good things come to an end. Then again, Dreamhack was never good in the first place. But it was an entertaining series, and I actually got myself some popcorn to go with it, as it was really entertaining to watch.
Entertaining. We might be on Twitter. If anybody does want to follow, it's at Dr. Trox, as he will be defending, as Gaia will be, of course, slightly angry after that. But Fuzz, good game, but
Yeah.
where did it go wrong?
What went wrong? Well, first of all, I agree with Trucks. What a series it turned out to be. I was thinking this was going to be a snooze fest, but it wasn't. It really turned out to be an interesting game for sure. But what went wrong? You know, they started off both teams pretty nervously, both missing some balls they shouldn't miss. I thought that Drama Alert had the highest level in overall, but I just feel like Brutal, they just had some great ideas that they made work for them, and they were punishing the mistakes of Drama. They weren't respecting Drama to the point that they couldn't, punish their mistakes. They were still thinking, okay, we're gonna have to take the chances we can, not respecting them too much. So that really showed, it really worked out for Brutal. And then MTI showing up huge. I really enjoyed watching MTI play. I feel like he might have been a bit overlooked here. Great player.
Great player, and that's fabulous to see. And lucky enough for us, our next game is coming up here at Rewind RL. If you've been enjoying, forget one click away for a follow, or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime and help support Rewind while we do, of course, cover the Dreamhack Montreal Open qualifiers. Well, that is the case as well. We do have Tittle and Pandaria, I believe it is. So, Trucks or Fuzz, where do you think this is going to go?
Well, we have Tittle P-Sports against Pandaria Esports. And alone for the name of Tittle, I'm giving them a 2-0. That's just, you can't top that. Call me immature, but, deep down it's true.
Okay, you're immature, but I'm gonna agree. Now, I actually am. I'm gonna go with a 2-0 for Tittleby as well. I'm not sure if anyone on the stream knows, but these guys, they just beat Granite Gaming 2-0, which is a huge win for them. Gotta point that out. But yeah, Mayday, Freezy, and Drowsy, they're gonna take this 2-0. I agree.
2-0, 2-0. Shall we make it 2-0 once again? Nah.
Come on, Danny.
A bit different. No.
Just do it. Just do it.
Well, do you think I'm going to be pressured? Chat, what do you think? Does I go 2-0? What's yours? Well, I don't know. Do I go with my bias with the 3 players I know?
Do what your cold Irish heart tells you to do.
It's going to be then 2-0. But
wow.
While it is the case, how easily persuaded I am, I hope you are as well, chat. But while it is the case, we do have our casters already waiting in the wings. Jar, Jam, and Arctic. I wonder what their predictions are.
Fuzz almost with a 200 IQ pun. You're immature. No, okay, never mind. Never mind. I'm going to agree with the desk. Our virtual desk. People are like, oh, it's not a desk. It's not really. It's a desk of people, virtually, and I think they're right as well. On top of that, Tittle P Sports, as silly as that name is, their players should, on paper, do quite easily here. That said, I've seen Sniper before, I've seen Alexit before. He's on Twitch.tv. You can maybe watch him play now, but stay with us because there's commentary. Makes sense, right? I think that they might prove a little bit of a shock. If they are given the opportunity to. And once again, it's best of 3, first of 2 games wins, and Mayday forced into an early save there. Is that the new car? Oh my god, Alexit's using the new car. I already love you.
I mean, after Valencia, everyone has switched to the Fennec. It's a pay-to-win car in a way, but it's... I believe people are saying it's an even better hitbox for an Octane than an Octane itself, which is maybe in some ways
Is it the new Meta?
It might as well be.
Oh,
we need to shake up, really. We had our dominances and octanes and sometimes back and wheels, but now why not a little bit of, well, the Octane scored that goal, so there goes that plan out of the window. Still,
The Fennec got the assist though. That's the important thing.
Exactly.
And actually, we were just literally talking about that shock that Pandaria might be able to provide. Shock is here. They are taking the lead in this game number 1. And for all that pressure that Tittle was putting on, they did diddly squat with it. And they've now got 4 minutes to try and save their blushes at least. Alexit with the back pass, and something happened there, and the ball somehow now finds its way down to the other side of the pitch. It's Alexit into the corner once again. Freezy. Not to be confused with Freezy with an I or Breezy. Teko over the aforementioned Freezy. Mayday into his own corner. It's Sniper off the backboard. Coming in is Alexit with an absolute banger from the ceiling. 2-0.
And there's the power of the Fennec. Front fender, boom. Leaves you absolutely no chances. What's a simple shot for him as well. He went from his own half unchallenged. The pass was perfect. And Sniper now sets his teammate with a pass, and what a great pass it was. Just as the side of Till is continuing on to be beaten every single ball in their own half.
Don't worry, chat. I saw the 69 miles per hour. I saw it. Don't worry. I've got you, fam. I've got you. Wow, I'm never going to say that again. Thankfully, Freezy saving my blushes by scoring a goal. It's back to a 1-goal scoreline, and much needed.
Drowsy, perhaps living up to his name just a little bit, slowly pushing the ball through the flank, but that extra time that he got, I think, allowed him to actually assess the situation. And speed wasn't needed there, no, just the precision. He pushes past everyone in Pandaria in the defense, well, and then for Freezy, it's just too easy to put it in. Drowsy to Freezy, well done.
Too easy.
Exactly.
You're a poet, and you did. Maybe you should be the poet of Jam.
I'll ask if they can change the nickname to my Flames t-shirt.
Hey, I mean, Fuzz is here. Might as well.
Oh, exactly. Fuzz, if you're listening, please, why not? Oh, Drowsy in front of a net, but again, this time a little bit too slow. As we see Tittle coming in pretty fast on that one. Attack from side of Pandaria will be starting. Two teams once again finding each other in a situation of either win the series or goodbye your chances. We are now from this point on all in the lower brackets. Please take that out of the net. And oh my god, they do.
Sniper just decided to ignore the ball that was going towards his own net and somehow got away with it. I feel like we should be looking at a 2-2 game right now. And maybe we will get that. Here it comes. Oh, no, it's not. He amends for his errors. A big save from Sniper there. It should be 2-2, but it isn't. Again, stunning analysis here from Ira League on Twitter at Ira League. Tittle P Sports. The pressure starting to mount. Have they left it a little bit too little, a little bit too late? Freezy down from the ceiling. Sniper again with a big save, and Alexit throws it up into the midfield. Mayday goes up high. Has the boost to use. Looking to get the second touch. Smushes it against the wall. And again, big defense coming out from Pandaria.
Ooh, the quintuple touch by Mayday as he smothered the ball straight off the wall. That which actually could have been a really great play. If he kills it, drops it straight down, this allows his teammates to come on through it. But for Tittle, it's just not working. By this point, they're thinking we should be winning this game by this point, not just a tie, a win. Mayday keeps on chipping these balls up high. This is his strategy. He might want to switch it up because Pandaria Esports will catch up on it. It's effective. It's looking efficient. But just doing the same move all over and over again will give Pandaria a lot of information on how you're going to play the ball next time.
If the goal was 5 meters higher, then we would be talking about a 4 or 5 goal deficit here. The ball has been smashed up against that backboard by Tittle, but the defense is really coming out strong from Pandaria, dealing with everything that Tittle's throwing at them. Sniper, with 30 seconds remaining, gets it down to the other side of the pitch. It's Freezy now picking up possession. Down, straight into the hands of Teko, who picks up a save. It's Mayday tries to get the pinch off the wall. Unsuccessful, and Alexit puts it towards Drowsy, who now takes to the air. Got some boost to work with. Sniper down. Mayday. This is going to be last chance saloon for them in game number 1. Mayday on his own. It's the defense from Alexit. It's the defense from Teko. Drowsy keeps it high. Smart move. But Teko, again, using that smush tactic against the wall. The quadruple touch. I can't really count how many touches there were in there. It made sure that it got to the ground quicker. And Pandaria Esports take the win in game number 1 against everyone's predictions.
By the skin of their teeth, really. Tittle, Freezy and Drowsy especially, will feel like the game was stolen from them. At some point, the game should have been a 3-2 in favor of Tittle. Instead, it's 2-1. It's almost by a miracle. We could see Pandaria somehow going out through this. Will they survive in the next game? Might not. If the same onslaught continues from the side of the Tittle, no chances, I'd say, for the side in the blue, because that was just, wow. So many attacks, but no, Pandaria still comes on.
They were undoubtedly the best team in that final minute. There's no disagreement from me there, Jam. So, to game number 2 we go. And it is, as we left off in game number 1, it seems. It's Tittle on the attack. Alexit keeps it off Freezy. And Teko taking out Freezy, actually, as well. Tries to get the block in for Drowsy. Unsuccessful. Sniper goes wide. Mayday downfield. Alexit with the interception. And Alexit pouncing.
Can't miss those, our league, and they gave him a perfect chance, but now the defense for Tittle coming in strong. That was almost an open net. They just forgot on one crucial factor, and that was Freezy coming in through the goal.
Here comes Teko. And Mayday gets the block. Drowsy away. Almost fell onto the ball, actually, did Freezy. And now Drowsy downfield. His Sniper, who was rotating back. Difficult position. Teko bails him out. Throws it over to the far wall. Gets it over Mayday as well. Not able to get it past Freezy. Drowsy, wrong place, wrong time. Alexit picks up the play. And I think he was looking to go for... He did eventually get the 100 boost. I think he was going for a player as well, just to try and run the intervention. Onto the backboard now. Gets the second touch as well, but Mayday, once again, bailing out the defense. It's going to be Teko now up into the box. Oh, Mayday with the miss! And Teko gifted an opportunity. He didn't take it. Wide goes the ball again. I can't understand how Pandaria aren't leading this game.
Somehow they aren't, and that Mayday drop from the backboard really saved their bacon. It was looking as if, man, this is going in after his miss, but then recovery, play,
wow.
And on the other side of the field, Freezy. I'd say they worked pretty hard for this one. Definitely wasn't easy for them on this attempt, but it's Drowsy one more time. And it's a 1-0, but after, I think, a little bit of a reverse from what we've seen for a previous game, this time it was all Pandaria on the orange side rather than Tittle setting up a camp. The scoreline opens up in the other direction. Now let's see how the rest of the 3 minutes of this game will unfold.
Oh, Sniper. Instant response here from Pandaria. And I mean, look at this play from Alexei. He knows how to move in that car in the air, and Sniper was simply faster to the ball than the scorer Freezy, and it's a tie game.
It's a great reach off the sidewall. Freezy had the boost, had the speed. Really, it felt to me like he got off the ground quick enough. No, his opposition was so much quicker. And Sniper finds himself an answer. No dribbles for the flank. Actually, I spoke too soon. Drowsy and now Freezy still contesting the ball in the corner on the blue side. Tittle are looking for any opportunities immediately straight off the kickoff. They might want to think about their defense. The ball has already crossed the line. And Sniper, Teko, and Axit definitely would want to get another one to kill this game, to get this game under their control before it run away from them.
Freezy to the backboard. Alexit with a touch. And Mayday only finds Sniper, who brings it down to Teko with the redirect. Big save from Freezy. Sniper's there to follow up. Goes wide. And Alexit runs in to prevent the counter-attack. Preemptive play worked out very well. Teko trying to slow it down. Sniper meets it in the midfield. And Freezy, with chance to take stock of what's just happened there, only finds the front bumper of Alexit. Teko misses his shot. It's Sniper once again quick to the ball, stopping those counter-attacking plays, and Sniper picks up the pass. Alexit tries to get it in. And so yet again, Jam, it is a chance which should have been a goal, which Pandaria have failed to capitalize on.
I think Alexis was just a little bit too eager to get to the ball, almost went for the initial touch off the backboard. No, he was the cleanup person. He actually went too hard, and all this exchange of shots might turn into a goal on the other end of the field, because neither Pandaria nor Tittle right now are willing to hit brakes, all acceleration. And so it's a game of serves from one end of the field to the other. And it can continue like that all the way through. Either someone will finally slow down the play, or we'll just see a goal, because you can't play at this pace for long.
It does feel a little bit like a badminton match.
Yeah.
It really does. That's a great bit of analysis there.
I didn't want to say
Drowsy.
ping pong. Didn't want to say ping pong. The first thing on my mind, badminton is the perfect use for that one. Very British as well, though.
It's very true. I'm not sure whether Drowsy's British or not, but he's certainly not Drowsy. Really picking up on the defense falling apart there, and it is 2-1 to Tittle. I would honestly say against the run of play, I think Pandaria has been the better team overall in this game, Jam, but it's those two opportunities which they could have scored, which could have put this game to bed. And look at that! Once again, another instant reply, this time Teko with the goal. It's all fair and well getting these steals of goals, Jam, but if your defense isn't ready for the response, the oncoming storm that's going to be thrown your way, then it's all for naught.
Really, that ball was gently caressed by Teko. The position that he got, a pretty tough one, yet the angle that he got on the ball was absolutely perfect. Slightly upside down and backwards, yet still. I'm in love with what he has just done with that shot. And this keeps Pandaria in the game and doesn't allow Tittle these birds to get out of this with a game in their hand. No. So they're going down to the wire, and Pandaria Esports and just want to get that game. They're 1-0 and up in the series. And right now we want to stop everything that Tittle is throwing their way in the final 10 seconds. Ball in the blue half though. With that double commit / headbutt. Might just kill all the chances. Mayday stealing it off. There's Freezy. And the ball will be going, no, not yet, Arlie. Maybe spoke too soon, not before the fat lady sings. And 2 and 2, and here comes yet another overtime transition.
We're spoiling him, aren't we? Yeah. You would have been forgiven for thinking that Teko was an orange player there, with bringing the ball back into his own box. Again, kind of getting away with it, I think. Either way, we're in overtime. A chance to reset for both teams. Golden goal scenario, Alexit into the midfield. Teko chases after it, gets the touch, gets the pinch, but doesn't get it past Freezy. Here comes Sniper. And Freezy once again there at the midfield to intercept. Oh, wow, what a nice dribble pass. Down to, I think it was Drowsy there who was going to be getting that on target. Either way, Sniper misses. That was another great opportunity. Alexit goes up high. Mayday over to the side. And both teams in the early parts of overtime have had great opportunities to score. Mayday with a save.
Too many players in the area for Tittle on that attempt, and yet still Pandaria Esports doesn't have enough players. They've already been retreating. That was their last attempt, but Tittle just in that moment looked extremely vulnerable. Just an extra player. This needs to be brought out of here. And Sniper does a little bit of cleanup work after Alexit and Teko weren't able to bring it through. That was a great save though. Like heading straight behind them.
No boost as well, Alexit, so really improvising nicely. To the far corner then. Freezy takes out Alexit. Teko tries to get it out of his own half. Sniper probably won't actually. It's to the backboard from Drowsy. And Alexit and Teko, though double committing, do get it somewhat away. Sniper up high, the third man rotating in. Mayday over to Freezy. Over to Mayday, down to Drowsy. Intricate team play, didn't really get anywhere with it though. And Alexit's got an open net to aim for. And that's a Kobe, and that is a win for Pandaria Esports, 2-0. And that, I mean, that's a cardinal sin for me, Jam. You're in overtime, you have a chance to take the series to game number 3, and you leave your net wide open.
It's tough, man. It's tough. Maybe we're playing the ball off the wall, and in that situation, there is a chance to miss it. At whatever high level you're playing, there is still a big possibility. For me, it's a huge possibility. I would miss those every single day. For Mayday, well, he would have wished that this didn't happen, but as he was the last player, he was going for a pinch. Instead, he left the midfield all too open for a side of Pandaria. So congratulations to them in 2 games. Although with a little bit of flair, that overtime sort of keeping us on our toes. Pandaria Esport will be going into the next round, the final of the losers bracket for today at very least, where Team Shizu will be waiting for them. We're still figuring out whether Granite Gaming or we don't even know will be playing against RPC in the other losers quarterfinal. Well, we already have a couple of winners though. I'm pretty sure they've been mentioned on the desk already, but goddammit, Dutch Bim Bam have already qualified from pool number 4. On the side of pool number 3 are E-Girls and the Weshalors, which surprised all of us really. Got in through, and actually the wholesome dishwashers are already qualified, although through the lower brackets, so they have a lot of fighting to do come tomorrow.
Well, we're running out of Rocket League action, but there is still, I think, a bit more that we can squeeze out of today. That action is going to be coming to you after this break.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Rewind Gaming, and of course, it is the usual lineup here. It is Danny Boy, ATM. Oh, yeah, that's me, and I've been joined by Trucks and oh, look at that! It's the man himself, the Cookie Hidden Flames' coach. It's Fuzz.
Did you just introduce yourself again? Like,
Yeah.
that's how we are right now?
But I don't mind because I keep getting this huge introduction, and you know what? I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I'm feeling left out a bit here.
Well, funny
But
enough,
it's
I just counted the predictions, Trucks. You're in the lead.
Oh, see, that's what I like about you, Danny.
See, that's why I
What?
was holding it back. Yes, Fuzz, you lost it on the
Ah,
by 1 point. Digital Bacon is in third, by the way, and Jar Jam has jumped up to fourth.
now a second.
No, well, it's very close at the moment, but we've only got one more game, but I have another specialized question, and you could win it, Fuzz. You could take it all.
Oof.
There's a lot of pressure coming up, but, ladies and gentlemen, the Open Qualifiers, our last game, we do have Granite Gaming and RPC, so I think we should go to Trucks, seeing he's in the lead with his predictions.
So, RPC against Granite Gaming, as I've been saying in the Rewind chat before, Granite Gaming without Bob Skywalker is structurally weak. And I stay by that statement, so I'm giving RPC the win here with 2-1. Just hoping that they don't pull RPC and, well, tilt off the face of the earth.
Tilt? Oh, that's a big factor, and the coach knows all about it, so Fuzz, how
Yeah.
much will it be?
Well, I'm actually gonna go ahead and disagree with Trucks here. I think that cutting Bob was the right move. But Granite hasn't found a third yet that can really, fill those shoes from Bob. Even though the roster move was the right thing to do, in my opinion. But I'm gonna go and have to support my boys here in Granite. So Nix, Media, and B-Peak, all friends of mine. RPC. They're again great players. They really showed up in the last game we saw on stream by them. But I'm gonna go with Granite here. It's gonna be a 2-1 for Granite.
2-1. I mean, that's bold. That's really tight as well. It's a difficult one. I love Polar. I love Ralph. Love Cheerio. But B-Pig. Yo, I think this could be getting very meaty as well. So I'm gonna go with a 2-2 draw. Nah, I'm not joking. It's gonna be 2-1 for PRC.
I will be cheery on RPC.
Go on,
Okay.
Fuzz.
Puns.
Can you match that one? Can you nick it in the last moment?
My opinion is set in granite.
Well,
Okay, can we
Nice.
stop? It's getting worse.
Yeah, please.
It's getting worse.
well, the cringe is onto the desk. Open the jar one more time. Funny enough, it's our league and Jar Jar.
I'm gonna slate you for those puns, Fuzz.
Come on, man.
I wholly disapprove. But you know what? I don't disapprove of more Rocket League, and we do have one more best of 3 coming up for you. RPC versus Granite. Jam, I don't know about you. I think this should be a 2-0 sweep for RPC. Easy.
Oh, interesting. That's a bold statement. Again, B-Peak has some experience around the scene. He actually finished third in the Ember Series back in January. Granted, this was a long time ago, but he still has a lot of experience. Nix Media actually were playing in that tournament as well. With the team of Swedish Musikag, they finished 11th, but I'd still say they've shown a pretty good effort here, though. Yep, it is RPC scoring first, but I'm still holding on for the Scandinavian brethren. Maybe they can come back from this one. Right now, though, a little bit too open. Rotation not in time back in net. It's all the pressure for RPC to get to the first goal.
It is that man who I believe will be the difference maker. I am a big fan of Cheerio. I think he's got the technical and mechanical skill in the bubble scene, which not many other bubble players can rival. And so, yes, if you're coming up against RLRS caliber teams, he might struggle. But is this an RLRS caliber team? Well, They might well try to be in the next season. Meaty almost getting a goal on the board for the cause. B-Peak. I agree with you entirely on this one, by the way. I think B-Peak will be a big player, big factor for Granite. And Meaty going to throw this one downfield now. Nix with a whiff in air. Cheerio, the block from Nix. Polar into the corner. I've been liking what I've been seeing from him. I've not seen too much. But I do like what he adds to this team. I don't like the fact that Cheerio just whiffed that, but I do like the fact that there was a block. I don't like that whiff. And Cheerio just watched the ball soaring past. It could have been an open net scenario. As it stands, it is 2-0 because Polar scored anyway.
In the end, it is the RPC side after all. Rapro, that actually was maybe not the best pass, but it works out in the end. Polar following it up. And now he is springing up into action. RPC continuing on the pressure despite whatever the Granite were doing on the other end of the field. What just wasn't enough. That passing play was great, but now Granite will have to replicate that a couple more times. Otherwise, it's just the aggression from RPC that will be the difference in this one.
Cheerio goes for the top corner. Double commit from Meaty and BP. Polar. And he finds the front bumper of Nix, who misses his touches. Raffro into the box, but away it comes. Nix into the centre. The pass a little bit too heavy for Meaty's there. And the ball finds BP on the backboard. It's Polar then. Nix gets it over him. BP goes centre. Cheerio goes centre. Cheerio finds the net, but BP stands in the way.
Oh, that was a well-played movement by RPC. They were pushing the ball through, using every single opportunity. Just little duels here and there, but kept on pushing the ball forward. Still at the very end, everyone on the side of Granite had the time to recover. Playing well, still under so much pressure from the orange side.
It's a very aggressive rotation, isn't it? They've got to be careful. BP to Meaty! And that is the top left-hand corner. That is a great response, a beautiful goal.
Another pass. Meaty was waiting for that pass for such a long time. BP delayed his second flick until the ball was really halfway down to the ground. But that patience pays off for Meaty, and as you saw, RPC all deep in the net. Had absolutely no chance to gather on that one, especially knowing how quickly Meaty got to that one.
So, back to a one-goal game. Cheerio. Nix throws it back into the middle. Raffro, Cheerio, has boost to work with, doesn't get it past Meaty. Here comes Raffro, third in. Ball goes up high. Running interference. Oh, what a dirty bump from Raffro! No third player coming in, believing that the opportunity was there to score a goal. Polar misses his touch off the top of the ceiling. Top of the ceiling? Top of the box. Never mind me. Polar round the corner. Raffro open net. Cheerio tries to find Raffro, looking for the reverse pass. Cheerio in, and Meaty throws it away.
You can see RPC getting also close with players straight in the face of Granite Gaming defenders. It's only a small difference of positioning, and in that spot, RPC might as well be getting the goals. So far, Granite have been beating them to that. And if Polar trying to bump Nix out of the play. Nix working as a buffer, not allowing Polar to return quickly enough. But not enough players for Granite to continue the attack, despite having the possession. So far, all the balls are not going in between the players. They're more going off the wall with a hope that someone will have the follow-up. Right now, they don't.
That was an open net and they missed. So another good opportunity here for Granite to get back into this competition. BP. Raffro with the block. And Polar with the reverse shot on target. Well, not on target, but towards the target. Shame it didn't go in, because that was a nice bit of creativity. And I feel like Granite need to get a little bit more creative themselves. 1 minute remains for them to score that one crucial goal to take it to overtime at least.
Yeah, and the whole play started off the BP taking it really slow, dribbling in front of his own net. Had to continue with the ball for all that time. While the Granite Gaming leave their defense without a goal scored against them, it was still pretty dangerous. Right now, what I need to see from Granite is urgency. Time for passive plays are now over. You need to take some risk, otherwise, well, you won't be getting anything out of this game. And Nick's going back, on that one, might actually stop the attack of his own team just a little bit. He's out of boost, so perhaps not enough power. Can he continue the attack for release? He can get a pass, but not to Meany. That needed to connect. and Granite Gaming might perhaps lose one of their final chances in this game.
B-Peak. Oh, Polar was there, quicker to the ball. Last chance for Granite here in game number 1. And Nix takes out the goalkeeper, and Meaty scores it. That was an bit of vision here from not just Meaty, but Nix there. Amazing demo, and it looks like we're heading to OT.
Shearer had the perfect opportunity to save that. Grabbing the boost, 100, boosting immediately and going for the goalie was the best idea Nix had in that situation. And now, with the overtime moving over us, the ball will be immediately killed by RPC. They don't want to give Granite Gaming a second chance. We're not looking like there was going to be a second chance for them either. So just recalibrate a little bit, go into overtime, not with the nerves of still with the goal scored against you, but something more calmer to do a restart, and Cheerio will not be missing this revenge from the Orange players. RPC do take the game back from Granite Gaming.
In the end, it was a very simple pass off the backboard from Raffro, and it was that man Cheerio with the finish. I've got to say though, Jam, the door was opened for Granite from a very comfortable situation RPC were in. They know the threat that Granite now have. They can't afford to let that happen again, otherwise Granite might just capitalize on something like an overtime situation.
It's still a big possibility. Again, I'm looking for the passing place to be the meat of the playstyle for the Granite Gaming side. The way that they can utilize all of the 3 players in one maneuver in between them can really create an opportunity that even with the quality of Churio, Polar, and Rapper, they won't be able to stop. We saw a couple of them already. They weren't as prevalent as I would have hoped, but it's something to keep in mind as we move into game number 2, where the ability of RPC to actually stop these passing plays might be the deciding factor.
BP, and that could have been a very good pass for Cheerio. Ended up being dealt with by the rest of the defense. Polar takes out Nick, so the defense light, and Cheerio with a tap in. BP with a last-ditch savior of a flying maneuver there. And they managed to get up the other side of the pitch as well. Very impressive here. Good showing from Granite in the early stages. Meaty still not able to get it past Polar. Polar proving to be a decent roadblock here on the corner. Running interference was Nix. BP back into the center. Raffro and Polar eventually get it away and into the blue half.
Oh, Polar still continues. Look at that. He brought that ball out of his own half, with players being in a big pile, through the wall, then to the net. He almost scored single-handedly after RPC got a little bit too muddled in their own half. Brilliantly played by him.
ET, first to the ball, off the backboard. Polar was too slow to it. BP goes too high for it, and Raffro gets it away. Very good opportunity there for Granite to take the lead. Raffro taking out Nix, and Polar is there at the top right-hand corner to smash that one in as soon as Granite looked like they were going to score. RPC are there to dash their hopes.
Look how close it was. Polar put the ball in the net the moment it crossed the post. A little bit earlier, that would have been going out. Well, he was sort of that close to the ball, he might have just bumped it in with a double or triple touch. But the precision on that one, just the way that he put his car straight where it needed to be, anywhere, just precision. Precision baffles me. Polar does something special for RPC with this one.
Yes, it's that time for cast the cliche, folks. Polar was ice cold, and he was ice cool, and that was just plain cool. B-Peak with some beautiful individual dribbling play.
That's the peak performance. No, I'm hating myself. There's too many puns around me.
Behave yourself.
I'm hating myself. It's the peer pressure. Everyone's firing off with the puns, and I have to do one, and it's not good for me. One way or the other, it's a tied game, and B-Peak with an individual effort that was all him all the way through. Gets Granite Gaming back into the action, and if actually they get the players, what a win on that one! I was already saying that RPC put 2 players in the air. That's a double commit that could have really made everything wrong for them. But Meaty, not only he wins it decisively with a target, with a shot right on target. And well, how the tables turn.
He saw the sandwich forming. He had to be in the middle of it. And he came out with a goal as well for good bonus measure, and that's a really much needed bit of confidence boosting for Granite Gaming. So close they have been to taking the lead. They have it finally, but there is still over half this game still to run, and RPC are still a dangerous threat. We know this. We all know this. Audience casters, analysts, BT probably, who throws it off into the corner. It's B-Peak, and the pinch goes down to the orange half. Look at Nyx already in the air. Look at Nyx already on target. Polar with a save. B-Peak just goes too high. Is Meaty there? No, because Raffo gets a second touch, and Polar cleans up with Cheerio.
Granite Gaming really need to keep their shots down. So many opportunities with the follow-up shots were just going a lot too high. They have the net at their mercy, even with the goalie, with the stationary goalie. They have much better chances on putting it on target, just at the corner, or just smack it as hard as you can. And Granite Gaming, their aims, their sights still need a little bit of the adjustment. And again, they just need to be careful. Just the way they have scored that second goal with a long-range effort against players in the air. Same can go for RPC. One good counter-attack, counter-shot even. They might be back on track with the tie.
Oh, on target from Polar. Nice interplay with Cheerio there, but came to nothing. A minute and a half left now. Here's Raffro looking for Cheerio. The infield pass doesn't connect. Here comes Polar on target, scores.
You don't give Polar so much time in the corner. Nyx, we're thinking about it. Where shall I go? And he didn't go for a challenge. I think going straight at Polar would be his best bet. Not enough time to return to the net unless he immediately went for it. He was in a much better position. Just try to challenge a 50-50. In the end, well, that's a decision made wrongly. And Meaty, yes, pushes it through. Can BP finishes? Yes,
there it is.
Can. Rush to the net of RPC. And that tie didn't stand for way too long. Off the kickoff, pushing it through. Up going Granite Gaming 3-2.
Raffro tried to be clever. He angled his cart to try and get it past Meaty, but Meaty had it covered. And they have, well, they paid for it with another goal. Here comes Polar once again, now on for a hat-trick. Here comes Raffro, the save coming out from Nyx. Cheerio. Oh, Raffro was looking for the bump on B-Peak, didn't connect. Minute left for RPC. And yeah, another crossbar hit from B-Peak. Almost a goal there from, I think coming from the other side. Polar. Out into the midfield. Cheerio not quick enough. Nyx has been lightning in the midfield in the last couple of minutes or so. Meaty up high. I know here is B-Peak looking for Nyx. The infield pass successful. Cheerio with the save.
And look at that. They had the player crossing through as well. So Cheerio for a second didn't have the vision of the ball where it was coming. Almost could have thrown him for a loop. He still stands strong in the same spot. Saves RPC from the need to come back from a 2-goal difference. Now they're trying to bring the ball in through. That demolition might open the play, but Polar goes for the player, never goes for the ball, and it's an easy clear for Granite.
Final 10 seconds approach. This would be a well-earned win for Granite. What a save from Cheerio. Avoiding the demo as well as making the save. But that just might be the time wasting that they need. Polar gets it over one. Is there a third? B-Peak with a great final touch to bring it to the floor. We're heading to game number 3.
What a way to end the day, our league, and with the gameplay to show up for that as well. B-Peak, Meaty, and Nyx coming in, flailing and swinging in game number 2. Now Polar, Raffro, and Cheerio are up against a team that is on fire. And honestly, I think that the destiny of the game number 3 still might be hanging in the balance. Yes, there's still quality from the side of RPC. Yes, the desk has predicted RPC is going to win. I still feel like the Scandinavian experience, maybe it's a little bit cooler over there right now than it is where Cheerio, Polar, and Raffro are. All Brits, actually. Isn't it Cheerio? Definitely? No, maybe? Oh, goddamn. I need to really brush up on my player nationalities. But after this, first 5 minutes, maybe. First, though, for 5 minutes of the final game of it.
So, here we have BT and oh, that's a shame. The pass was just a little bit too deep for B-Peak. Otherwise, it would have been another good shooting opportunity for them. Polar takes out 2 players. B-Peak on his own. And Meaty, after respawning, straight into clearance. Here comes Polar with the attempted dunk. Nix with a save. And B-Peak, with little boost, manages to get it to the halfway line. Able to continue the play, actually. Gets it up high. Here goes Nix. Raffro pre-jumps. Reads it very well. Nix taking out Cheerio. And Polar gets it into the blue half before Meaty sends it right back to sender. The ball now midfield. And B-Peak with a straight shot at target. Raffro with a late save. You can tell that these guys know it's game 3 because these are the best shooting opportunities we've had all series long, and there still hasn't been a goal.
There might be coming in more since both teams elected to start this game with not a game of Rocket League, but a game of Wreckfest, or perhaps even Carmageddon for those of us with a bit of an old school folks. Demolitions coming in from both sides. RPC started it, but then Granite Gaming got a little bit of kills here and there. And that really throws your rotation off. If all of a sudden the player is missing, you need to adjust. That throws all of your game off. Good on for both teams for recovering from that one. And that is just an easy one for Cheerio. Look at the difference in momentum for both of the teams. On one side, Granite Gaming in one spot, then goes Cheerio off the ball from BB. So much power on that shot.
Fair play to Polar as well. That was, I don't think that was the pass that he intended because he ended up hitting it with his wheels. It was a softer touch, but it worked out beautifully for Cheerio because he was able to angle his car, read the save, and he's just scored goal number 2. Again, Polar the provider, and for Granite Gaming, they looked so strong in that first minute, but 2 goals within 15 seconds, Jam.
It is crazy what Cheerio has just done. First of all, that was an unsavable shot. Even if a goalie was in the vicinity of the net, top left corner, it clipped that corner as well, just a little bit, just to say, oh, well, I'm not perfect, but man, that was close to the perfect shot as it hit. And the way he has made it also was tremendous. That wasn't a straight up shot with a bumper, no, upside down with his wheels, just giving it a little bit more precision. Well, I'm just loving what Cheerio is doing right now for RPC side.
Oh, B-Peak with the extra touch. Here comes Nix. Cheerio in net. Nix is going to try and get the second touch, but look at Polar on the backboard, taking control of the situation, and the clearance coming out now. That was brilliant play, and I'm not sure whether he actually called off his teammates there, Polar, but again, sometimes you've got to step up and take the situation. Some will call it ball chasing. There is a difference between ball chasing and seeing when something is going to happen, and you could see that Granite were lining up potential 1 goal back situation here. Nix towards the corner, it goes up high. Cheerio doesn't beat out B-Peak, but Meaty was too far forward to prey on whatever ball might have come down from the ceiling. Ball ricochets into the midfield, and Granite have a big hill to climb at this point. 2 goals in 2 minutes, it's possible, but the way that the RPC are playing, Jam, is going to make it very difficult.
Exactly. With the way that this game has been going, it is not looking likely. Granite Gaming really hasn't shown that much in this game. And it's not looking as they are comfortably faring against RPC with the challenges. But just the plays on the field, just as this one appears out of nowhere, Raffro to Polar just rolls it on the wall, hits it in just the right spot, right here. And then BP obviously is dumbfounded. He thought he had the corner covered. Not to be nuts with that pass.
You know, I don't often do Twitter shout-outs, but Mikey M7799, he says, never watched RL Esports before. This is amazing. Could not agree more. RL Esports is something very special indeed. And right now you're seeing a team flowing with confidence, flowing with passion for their game. And you're seeing on the other side a team that is having confidence seep out to them through every single pore. It is 4-0 to RPC, and a minute and a half left. There is still a sliver of hope, I think, Jam, but most people will be calling this one and signing off. Good night.
Yeah, obviously, if you talk about 4-0 comebacks, more people talk about how it's almost made that a 5-0. This could have been it for a game, but people mostly tell about how it's impossible to overcome a 4-goal difference rather than saying it has happened. Still, I don't think 4-0 was ever gotten through. 3-0, yes, 4-0 BB once. That was such a long time ago that maybe no longer plays in the action. Whoever did that, again, on the high level of play such as RLCS, RLRS, or any of the major tournaments, Congratulations to them. But with 1 minute remaining, it needs to be kickoff goals. And while we have seen kickoff goals today, RPC doesn't look like the team that will fall and through. Even if just 2 goals coming right now, they will readjust. The next kickoff they take will be a super defensive affair that is aimed at keeping your net safe, just not leaving any players up front. And with the time passed as it is, now it's 30 seconds. That was almost 20 seconds, our league. I think we should call a cap for Granite Gaming. There we go.
It is that old football analogy of parking the bus. And all 3 players in net there, parking the bus with aplomb. What a turnaround, what a series. And it is RPC who go home 2-0 victors. No, 3-1 victors. I'm losing track of time. It's been an amazing day. Forgive me for having a slight brain fade. 3-0 victors, but by far the biggest winning margin. And it was that man, Cheerio, with the hat-trick, with the creation, with the saves. I don't want to say he carried, because Polar and Raffro did incredibly well themselves, Jam. But he was definitely a figurehead, I think, to take this victory and take them, more crucially, into the EU closed qualifiers.
It was important, but I gotta just throw it to the whole team. Yes, Cheerio scored a hat-trick in this final game, at times when these goals were not even meaning anything by the end. But at very critical times as well, Polar and Raffro were setting up the plays. We're getting the goals done. Some of the stuff that Polar has done in this game was tremendous. Raffro was setting up things. And in the end, well, I'd say that RPC will be pretty happy with moving on into the next day. Again, a tough one, to be sure, because they will be fighting against everyone in the lower side of the bracket. No second chances for them. One small slip up and bam, out they go. No more Montreal for them. Not to mention that the RLCS teams will be up in full swing tomorrow as well. So usually Dreamhack is a place for surprises. Usually that's where you see in the close qualifiers, in the important bracket, that big RLCS teams, sometimes even reigning world champions, sometimes get a slip up and go down. We'll see that as well. Well, I'd say that everyone should tune in tomorrow to find out.
Couldn't agree more. Well, no surprises here. We've got to hear a few more words from our wonderful desk. I've been Ira Lee, Jar of Jam, but for now we'll line you off with Danny, Trucks, and Fuzz.
Thank you very much, Ireland, and that was Jar Jam. What a pun fest that was, but sadly, Granite Gaming, well, cheerio to them as we see.
Oh God, no!
What a series that was. Fireman down, thanks for. But what that is, Trucks, where did it? Well, it was a 2-1 series, but it was the best one of the night, surely.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not the best one in terms of entertainment, but in terms of level of play, it was the best one so far. And, well, where did it go wrong? That's a good question. But RPC just proven to be a bit more solid in rotations here. And shout out to Cheerio, showing that he's still capable of providing and shooting those insane goals.
True. He really showed up, Cheerio.
Did he just show up? I think just where you said it.
Oh, I think he did. But I feel like going into this game, I feel like the win conditions for Granite was that, first of all, they needed to get their mechanics down, which I felt worked for them, but they couldn't utilize it because their speed just wasn't up to par. I really feel like they were lacking some speed. And you know, RPC, they just didn't allow any space for Granite, so it didn't take much for RPC to bring home the win, I think.
So you think they should have just brought on a bit of speed, so they could have asked him.
I think so, because knowing the guys in Granite, their mechanical level, also, you know, B-Peak isn't exactly on Granite, maybe he's trying out, who knows, but his individual level is also super high, as is Nyx and Meaties, but they just didn't make it work. They didn't make it work as a team, and on top of that, their speed wasn't enough. So I think they had a chance if they could get the mechanics down and the speed up, but sadly they couldn't.
So there you have it, Granite. Next time, just call Speed and ask him to play for you. And
Exactly. Why didn't they do that forehead?
Hold on here. The Bricks needs every bit of help they can get. I mean,
Definitely.
Rams is only a C2 coach, so.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Fuzz, I mean, do you want to step in a wee bit?
Maybe I should. They need it, obviously. I'm
Well,
almost top 100, by the way.
I mean, that's true as well.
Weird flex, but okay.
Maestro, you better watch out. Fuzz is coming.
Exactly, man.
Well, what it is the case, I've totted all the predictions up as well. And would
Aw.
everybody be interested in that?
No, it's good. Thanks for showing up, everybody.
The points don't matter anyways.
Oh, I couldn't agree more.
I mean, obviously, Jar of Jam won. He's the prophet.
Well, sadly, unfortunately, Jarjam did not win.
What?
Well, I'm sorry to break it, Jarjam. You're no longer the prophet. The Twitch chats, you have unfortunately won the prediction game because Fuzz got the last prediction wrong.
Wait, no, wait. This is rigged.
It is.
I didn't sign up for this match fixing.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately, Fuzz and Trox, you get one more chance to tie it up, and you'll be as smart as Twitch chat.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Who's going to win day 2?
Oof.
Is it the viewers?
No, I mean the actual.
Oh, okay. Oh, so we're not doing this. So, I mean, looking at the bracket there, there's some interesting teams up there, but I would go for. It's actually not easy.
Wait, which qualifier are we talking about?
Day 2.
Tomorrow,
the big,
obviously, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You have
Yeah.
Vitality. You have PSG, the defending champion, Fruity.
At the upper bracket, I would say PSG will qualify after their performance from last Dreamhack. I could give Triple Trouble a run for their money.
Yeah.
And
With ignite.
yeah, and then it's the decision between Bricks and Vitality, in my opinion.
Okay, well, Fuzz,
Yeah.
do you agree with that?
Ooh, you know, I was thinking that Triple Trouble might go ahead and take it if they can start their kickstart their honeymoon phase with ignite. I think they're a dangerous team with ignite as well. You know, it's funny because they're working. They're working with Casio. It's working. Triple Trouble is working. It's good, but it seems like they want more. They want more than to just work and be a good team. They want to be, you know, the best. And if they think ignite can help them with that, I believe them. I want to believe them. So I'm gonna call it Triple Trouble on this one.
Are you sure? Do you not want to mention the Bricks maybe qualifying as well?
Well, the Bricks, I don't need to talk about the Bricks. Everyone knows who the Bricks are. They have a chance as well for sure. But PSG, if anything, I want to mention PSG. They were looking so strong at DreamHack Valencia. They might go the whole way as well. I want to see a triple trouble PSG upper final.
But now everyone is playing with the new cars, so Josette doesn't have that advantage anymore. Do you think that has any impact?
Probably, yeah, you're right. Okay, scratch PSG, just scratch everything. I was basing it all on the Fennec. I shouldn't have. Nah. Well, maybe it was just Josette's, spirit car.
True.
Maybe he's just the one, to catch.
Well, that is all the case. I've just counted the points up. Everybody's the winner except for me.
Oh, come on, Danny.
No,
you're the winner in our hearts.
Oh, well, that's nice. But tune in, of course, tomorrow for the closed qualifiers. It won't unsadly be, of course, Dr. Trox and, of course, Copenhagen's greatest ever coach in Rocket League's history. Fuzz, it has been a pleasure having you on the desk.
It was a pleasure, man. Thanks for having me.
Legally, I have to say, I'm not that kind of doctor. So, anyways, it was a pleasure to be here.
Well, pleasure having you here. Of course, Digital Bacon was broadcasting today. He will be joining us, actually casting tomorrow alongside our league, Jarjam and myself. But only 24 hours, but NA is coming up shortly, and so is South America. So stay tuned to all the Dreamhacks, and I believe we might be defending that certain defending champion of Dreamhack himself. Stay tuned. But until then, good night.